need you to scream at me, but hello? Hang on, just let me tell you, I can't hear you. Hello? What's that? You live yet? No, but I got him on my phone. I got to go get him, sir. We have two. And one guy is tough, though. Like, been through it all. Like, goddamn. That and use an old Marty system that, like, after 2 hours into a broadcast, drops the call.
I've never done that.
So it happened so many times for me in college. Like, that's what we used. We had a Marty system before they upgraded. Every hockey game, 2 hours in, like exactly 2 hour mark, it would hang up. So I'd have to call back and hopefully my board up was on the spot there to be able to answer quickly so I could pick up right where I left. Because I'll be calling and all of a sudden I'll hear like a click, and it takes a couple seconds for it to get dial tone, but when I hear that click, I know that shit's like,
Remember, we'll be doing the Chuck Puck at the secondary mission. For details, check the rules out at the Chuck Puck.
Hello, hockey fans, and welcome inside the St. Cloud Municipal Athletic Complex as we get set for another edition of Watertown Shamrocks hockey tonight, just on Star 98.1 as they take on the St. Cloud Norsemen. Want to welcome you inside the broadcast booth, the voice of your Watertown Shamrocks. Happy to be with you here this evening and all season long as your Shamrocks get set, like I said, to do battle with the St. Cloud Norsemen, who are losers of 6 consecutive games and have stalled out in 5th place in the Central Division. St. Cloud a record of 12-10-1-3 coming into tonight's contest. Watertown 4-21-2-1 on the year. Puck drop is due here in about 10 minutes from the St. Cloud MAC. For now, we'll take a brief break. Back in 2.5 minutes. When we return, your pregame coverage continues. You're tuned into Watertown Shamrocks hockey on Star 98.1.
I reattached it, it's reset, so now it's even higher and it's level. And all you have to do is left and right and kind of keep staying on each side. I gotta tighten it back. And left and right.
How are you? Not too bad. Good. Good to hear. Yourself? Pretty good, thanks. Good to hear.
Unfortunately, Watertown fans, they want to watch. You got to listen to me all night now.
Hey, they can mute you and sync it up.
It's just one.
You better believe I'll be telling them to do it.
There might be, I think, probably a 5 or 6 second delay, but it works. I've done it. They don't have to listen to me if they don't want it.
You guys will get the boost in the numbers, so it was really my charitable. What's my
Christmas gift. Like, I appreciate it.
You want to return the favor tomorrow?
No, unfortunately, I get paid per game, so I kind of have to go. Sort of like my Christmas donation to the team.
Welcome back to the St. Cloud MAC on Star 98.1 and NAHL. Pardon me, just Star 98.1 here this evening. Voice of your Watertown Shamrocks, Blake Tyson, happy to be with you this evening. From the St. Cloud MAC, the home of the St. Cloud Norsemen, who reside again in 5th place in the Central Division here in the North American Hockey League. Your Watertown Shamrocks look to extend a losing streak for the Norsemen that has now stretched out to 6 consecutive games. Prior to that, they had gone 3-0-0-1 in their 4 leading up to that game. St. Cloud has really struggled here over the last couple of weekends here, and the Shamrocks looking to push that into a month-long struggle for the Norsemen. We'll see if they can do that here this evening against St. Cloud. It's the final games, or final series, for both these two teams as they head into their holiday breaks after tomorrow night's game, when St. Cloud will travel to Watertown. The Shamrocks will play host to the Norsemen at 7 o'clock from the Prairie Lakes Ice Arena. Tickets are still available. You can purchase them online as well as at the door. Gates open at 6 o'clock. Taking a look now at tonight's matchup between these two teams. Shamrocks still without some important parts of their lineup. A pair of guys gone at the World Junior Championship still, Dimitris Stolevka and Anton Masievskis. Pardon me, those two both competing to try and make Team Latvia for this upcoming World Juniors. The St. Cloud Norsemen, on the other side of things, they are as well without a couple of players that are gone at the World Junior Championships. Martins Klauskins is trying out for his native country, as is Christian Sarts trying out for his World Junior Championship team as well. But a Norseman team that is a little bit banged up right now. Watertown getting on the healthy side of things. The only player injured at the current moment is Noah Surgott. The other two scratches, Ryan Murphy and Rylan Anaruk. Let's take a look now at the lineup for both these two teams as we get set for tonight's contest with puck drop set about 5 minutes from now, as we are looking for just the third matchup between St. Cloud and Watertown on the season and season series between these two teams. They met a few weekends ago, back in about a month ago now, back in mid-December. In that series, Watertown won the first game of the series on home ice, then came here to St. Cloud, dropped the Norsemen in a shootout, or rather in overtime, but a weekend in which Watertown picked up 3 points. It's their best weekend series of the season for Watertown. Came here against the St. Cloud Norsemen. We'll see if they can do it again here tonight. Looking to pick up their 5th win and really turn the tide here heading into the holiday break and look to come back out on the other side of it in early January, kind of with a new, fresh perspective for the Shamrocks. The Shamrocks will start it out tonight in goal with Phileas Lashaw. He will try to be the man to continue to turn that tide that I was just mentioning for the Shamrocks. Phileas Lashaw coming off of a win loss in his last game against St. Cloud, but he was the starting goaltender in both those two games I previously mentioned. The 1-0-1-0 record, an .892 save percentage and a .294 save percentage for Lashaw against St. Cloud on the season. On the other side of things for St. Cloud, it's goaltender Dane Calloway. Calloway, the Hermantown, Minnesota native, will make just his 3rd start of the season. Beck Leiden will back him up here this evening. The notable goaltender that's traditionally starting for St. Cloud is Beck Leiden. Tonight he will back up. He struggled a little bit over his last 5 starts. Had Leiden a .397 save or goals against average, an .872 save percentage, 0-4-0-1. He has not won his last 5 starts. So the transition to Dane Calloway here tonight, the 6'2" goaltender from Hermantown, Minnesota. And for those of you not all too familiar with Hermantown and Hermantown High School hockey here in the state of Minnesota, Dane Calloway has won a lot of hockey games for the Hermantown Hawks and a couple of state championships as well. He has been a very highly productive and winning goaltender throughout the entirety of his playing career, and tonight getting the start here against your Watertown Shamrocks. We'll run you through starters for both sides here very briefly. We've got starting lineups coming up in arena as well as national anthem here very shortly. Starting tonight for the home team, St. Cloud Norsemen, their middle line of Tyler Weishart. He will center Alex Sandhu and Wyatt Farrell. On the back end, it's Kyle Miller and Tim Runso. And then, like I mentioned, in between the pipes, it's Dane Calloway for St. Cloud. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, for your Watertown Shamrocks, a third line tonight that will feature Spencer Sassenberry and Elliot Mickish on his left wing and Grant Gardner on the right-hand side. That is the line that will start up front for the Shamrocks here tonight, with a little bit of shuffling throughout their lineups, throughout the forward lines tonight for Watertown. Meanwhile, on the back end, it's Brant Doobie starting alongside Alex Visnapu. Visnapu returns to the lineup after missing the last 10 games. He has actually not played since November the 15th against St. Cloud. So good to see Visnapu, the St. Lawrence commit, back in the lineup here for Watertown tonight after missing 10 games and appearing in about the first 15 games of the season for Watertown. Good to get him back. As I mentioned, Lashaw will start in between the pipes for the Shamrocks here this evening. Mentioned some of the forward shuffling in the lines for Watertown here tonight. Take a look at those changes. The top line on paper remains the same. Carter Sproul, Cam Markham, Zach Boren. I feel like every weekend talking about how that line has been incredibly productive and has played well for the Shamrocks, so nothing changes in regards to that grouping being together. But then the second line is Owen Chartier centering, Ryan Ginger on his right side, and then Owen Fask on the left. Fask making his Null debut tonight with the Shamrocks. Watertown tendered him back on November the 20th, the product of the Chicago Fury 18U AAA program. This season, 24 games played, 25 points, 15 goals, 10 assists. He's been fantastic for the Chicago Fury, actually coming from the same program as defenseman Andrew Smolkstis, who we saw the last couple of weekends against Bismarck for Watertown. Smolkstis and Owen Fask, both teammates with the Chicago Fury. So a little bit of connection there between those two, and good to see Owen Fask get his opportunity in the lineup tonight for Watertown. Again, on a line with Owen Chartier down the middle, the captain and veteran Ryan Ginger on his right-hand side. So some skill and a veteran player alongside Fask here tonight as he gets set to make his North American Hockey League debut. We'll keep a very close eye on Owen Fask here tonight. Fourth line will be Joe Rice, Travis LaFear, and Cody Moyer. And as I mentioned, that third line, the one that's starting, is Spencer Sassenberry, Elliot Mickish, and Grant Gardner. On the back end, Ryan White Rabbit, Holden Carter together once again. Doobie and Visnapu, the starting defensive pairing. And then the third pairing is Jack McMinn and Will Shepard. Those two paired back up together. And then the extra defenseman tonight is Justin Bartley. Made his season debut last weekend up in Bismarck. Played about 23 minutes over the course of the weekend on the whole. 13 minutes, 43 seconds on Friday night, 10 minutes and 56 seconds on Saturday. So actually about 25 minutes on the weekend, last weekend, for Justin Bartley. We'll take our final break here in the pregame coverage. When we return, puck drop between the Shamrocks and the St. Cloud Norsemen on Star 98.1. Back in 2.5 minutes. You're tuned in to Watertown Shamrocks Hockey.
And forward from Delta, British Columbia, number 27, Alex Sandy. And tonight's starting goaltender from Hermantown, Minnesota, number 35, Dave Galloway. The head coach is with assistant coach Frank Young. Trainer Dr. Keith Conwell, and strength and position coach Don Briscoe. These are your 6 basemen. Fans, at this time, we invite you to rise to the table and remove your caps as we honor our country and those who defend our freedom. With the presentation of the national anthem performing the Star Spangled Banner, Mark Phillips. Thank you.
Doobie? Oh, yeah, sorry. No, I want to make sure. Every other. No, everyone else fine. I want to make sure.
Welcome back to the St. Cloud Mac on Star 98.1 and NAHL.TV. It's the voice of your Watertown Shamrocks, Blake Tyson. Happy to be with you. And I'll have to correct myself multiple times, I'm sure, throughout the night tonight on the NATV side of things. It's kind of just become habit at this point to blend the two together. But tonight we are just on Star 98.1 for those fans that are tuned in on Star 98.1 as well as on YouTube. I know we have a couple of viewers right now on the YouTube, which is where this is being sent to Star 98.1 from. Due to some technical difficulties. You can still watch on NATV, mute the broadcast that is available. Try your best to sync up the two broadcasts. If you want to watch the game, and I know some of you have paid subscriptions for NATV, that is an option here tonight. But I'll do my best to paint the picture here for you on the radio side of things. St. Cloud from right to left, your Watertown Shamrocks from left to right on your radio dial. The puck is down. The Norsemen win the opening faceoff and dump it in from center ice. That is Kyle Miller, one of the alternate captains in number 4 for St. Cloud. The Norsemen back to pick up this loose puck at center ice. It's Tim Runso with Miller. He'll play pitch and catch. The Norsemen in their home uniforms, they are a gray base as opposed to the more traditional white, but it's a lighter color so it fits with black and silver trim on the uniforms. Meanwhile, for your Shamrocks, it's the same Kelly green road uniforms with the white numbering and trim. Visnapu here turns it over. Out to center ice. Now this puck is forced. Gardner springs Mickish. Good at the line. Mickish throws a shot on goal. Stick save made by Callaway. And then a big pop off the end wall. And the puck tied up in the feet of Spencer Sassenberry. Sassenberry below the goal line. Comes up near side. 45 seconds into the opening period. Trying to feed Shepard at the point. That was broken up and goes all the way down the length of the ice. No icing here on the play as Shepard picks up this loose puck behind the net of LaShaw and starts out attacking left to right are the Shamrocks here in the opening minute of play. Travis Lafier with the move at the blue line. Good at the line as he takes a hit just inside the top of the zone. Puck out to the point. Here's a shot from McMinn. That's blockered away by Callaway. His second stop of the night. McMinn coming off of his first North American Hockey League goal as Callaway makes another save, this time off the stick of Shepard for our first whistle. 18:43 to go in the opening period of play. Jack McMinn last weekend, a goal and assist on Friday night against Bismarck, the first goal of his North American Hockey League career for the Halifax, Nova Scotia native. Also his first career multi-point game. One of the more noticeable offensive performances from McMinn came last Friday night. Joining it up in the rush multiple times. Definitely very noticeable out on the ice for the Shamrocks, and good to see him get rewarded for his a little bit more aggressive approach to the game offensively than we had seen out of him for the most part this season. Face-off is tied up. Rice pressures below the goal line. Lafier to dig it out on the near side. Trying to feed Carter at the point. That was intercepted, and LaBelle carries out the other way for St. Cloud. Dumps it in at the red line. The Shamrocks have to go back and pick this up. White Rabbit loses an edge, spills down to the ice. Lafier a nice play to force it out to center ice through some congestion from behind. Works it up to Moyer, who steers it in deep. Rice and Moyer battle below the goal line here for Watertown. Pops loose to LaBelle along the wing. He chips it around Carter, and White Rabbit has to go back to pick it up. White Rabbit, watched by Hudson Blue, the captain here for St. Cloud, feeds Travis Lafier on the near side. Lafier leads Watertown in shots on goal this season as that one winds up on goal. We'll see if it gets credit as a shot or not, but either way, an offensive zone faceoff here for Watertown as Lafier heads off the bench, and we'll see the Sproul, Markham, and Bourne line for the first time here tonight. Bartley out with Doobie defensively here for the Shamrocks, who really feel like they now have 7 defensemen. Finally, it feels like this isn't a slight to anyone. I don't mean that they have 7 defensemen they feel capable of playing. I quite literally mean they have 7 healthy defensemen that they can play. It's been a struggle all season for Watertown, especially over about the last month or so, to find and be able to dress 6 healthy defensemen, let alone 7. Finally, they have 7 healthy defensemen. This will go for an icing here against the Shamrocks. And the face-off back down in the end of Watertown. Still, of course, no Noah Surgott. He's the other defenseman right now. Shamrocks with 8 on roster. He is still on injured reserve. So Shamrocks are still not entirely full in that respect on the back end, but more full and more complete than they have been of late. Andrew Smolk just was up as a tender and affiliate call-up for a few games there as well, providing a little bit of that extra depth. But For the most part, Watertown has not been whole on the back end all season. 17:25 to go here in the first period. Sproul able to tie up this faceoff and win it back. Shamrocks skip it out to the line, but not out. Kept in at the right wing point and then flung towards the goal. Andrew Cummings, St. Cloud native, playing for his hometown Norsemen, plays this below the goal line. It's been a tough go of it for Cummings this season. Last year had a highly productive season, 11 goals, 14 assists, 25 points last year. This season, really slow start for him. 2 goals, 2 assists in 24 games. And for someone that's always been a highly productive and offensively skilled player for Andrew Cummings, he's also got a little bit of a bite and snarl to his game. Still struggling to kind of find the player he wants to be right now. Here's the first touch as a Shamrock for Owen Fask. He skips a pass to the near side for Shepard, and it's sent up the near side, deflected in by Wishart, and so icing is waved off. Back over to the near side. Chartier lays the hit as the puck works down below the goal line. Ginger comes in for support as well. Shepard activates from the point and holds. Lays it down below the goal line. Ginger on the backhand. His centering feed was broken up. Some room below the goal line here for St. Cloud to try and escape. Carried out to center ice. Wishart found a man on the right wing, and it's played in down low. Fask back to pick this up. He played it into the feet of Ginger, who kicked it out to center, but couldn't maintain control. Dumped right back in by St. Cloud. 15:55 to go here in the first period of play. A turnover high in the zone. Walking down Broadway, a shot, a save made by LaShaw, and the rebound kicked out. Good look there from Nixa Juric. Now here's a chance. Fask with some room. Long shift for him. Springs Ginger at the red line. He's the only one out on the ice for Watertown, trying to buy some time before playing it in deep, and then he's upended by Mason LaBelle. Ginger will break to the bench. Those two have known each other quite some time, Ginger and LaBelle. Below the goal line, St. Cloud trying to work it up out towards the zone. Gloved and dropped by Hudson Blue, and he's going to get called here for a hand pass, or rather a carry. Maybe even some combination of both with 15:19 to go in the first period. We get a stoppage. Still scoreless here on Star 98.1. Blake Tyson, happy to be with you here this evening. Again, wanting to apologize some technical difficulties not available tonight on NAHL.TV, but very happy that we do have a radio partner to still be able to provide our broadcasts with. There's a puck deflected in, a bouncing puck that never got through to LaShaw. Cleared back below the goal line here. Berg has it behind the net of LaShaw. Played up the wall near side. Miller looking for a lane. He's watched there by Gardner. Now starts to walk the line on the backhand. All the way around. Throws a backhander on goal. Knocked down by LaShaw. And then he finds the rebound right in front of him to get a whistle. A few extra pushes and shoves being exchanged. Want to reiterate the point I brought up before tonight's broadcast. Fans, if those of you that do have a subscription for NAHL TV, you can still pull up the feed on NATV. St. Cloud does have a feed. You want to hear my voice, you can always mute their feed, try to sync up the feeds. We're also live on YouTube right now on my personal YouTube channel. So you can search Blake Tyson on YouTube. I don't know how long it'll take to pop up, but it does exist. That option is also available for those of you with the NATV subscription. Face off to the left side of LaShaw. Norsemen win it back, faking a shot and then playing it in down low is Gabe Gallivan. Now centered out in front. LaShaw makes a save off Cumming. Firing one on the backhander. Andrew Cumming talked about it his last shift, struggling to find point production and offense this season for St. Cloud. And he's stymied once again by LaShaw. Coming to take this draw on the fourth line tonight with Tanner Hunt and Sam Karch. Able to win this back, beat Sproul on the draw, and then wristing one wide is Tanner Hunt. Big bounce off the end wall. Here's Sproul now carrying out to center ice. Lays it to Markham at the line. Markham tried to go rink wide. That was broken up. Puck is going to fall flat along the half wall on the far side. The Norseman cleared to center, but Markham a nice play to dig it free. He finds Doobie. Doobie fanned on it, able to recover neatly. Plays it back to Visnapu. Good to see Visnapu back in the lineup. Missed the last 10 games. It's been a month and some days change for Visnapu since being last in the lineup. Markham hits Sproul on a pass, and then a nice stick there by Miller knocked that puck away. Visnapu now to hold high in the zone. Here's Markham in the right wing circle, dragging for a shot. Nice move inside out, now threw it towards the net. That was disrupted, never landed on goal of Callaway. Sproul into the middle, Boren fans on a shot from the high slot, and the puck falls into the corner. Up the near side, and St. Cloud able to clear it out. That's Runso splashing it in off the glass softly, and it hems behind the net of LaShaw. 3 below the goal line, pinching down Hudson Blue, captain for St. Cloud, forced out to the point. Harris trying to feed it towards the net front. That winds up careening all the way around the dasher and out to the point far side. Played back in down low, and Shepard is on it there for Watertown. Ginger with a hit high in the zone, creates a turnover, steals it from Urich, and now Chartier comes into the zone on the right wing. Chartier a shot, knocked away by the glove of Callaway, and up and out of play. Callaway got a piece of it, but there was some room short side. Not a great angle there from Dane Callaway, but he makes the save anyway. We get a stoppage with 13-17 to go here in the opening frame. Ginger, Chartier, and Owen Fast, the forward trio here for Watertown with this offensive zone faceoff. Chartier will take it, and a power play goal last weekend on Friday night against Bismarck late in the third period. Team high 5 shots on goal in that game as well for Chartier. Faceoff is tied up along the half wall. Chartier and Ginger trying to battle to regain possession for Watertown. Berg escapes with it here for St. Cloud. Berg, a pass into the middle intended for Bronson Hunt. That never got through. Now St. Cloud can't hold the zone. Here's Holden Carter at the red line. Will dump this in. Callaway stops it, or at least slowed it down behind his net. Gabe Gallivan pivots behind his goaltender. Chartier chases him. Turnover force. Mickish high in the zone. Will play it back in deep for Watertown. Ginger on the forecheck. He ties up in the corner with Gallivan. Picked up by Bronson Hunt now below the goal line. Some time and space here for St. Cloud as they look to break out. Now Mickish applies quick pressure, and the Norsemen escape to center. Bronson Hunt down the left wing wall, attacking against Holden Carter, taken away by Grant Gardner, and he'll play it to Mickish along the left wing, and he'll carry to center ice. Elliot Mickish at the red line, across the blue line, good at the line. Now cleared back out to center ice and played right back in once again by Mickish. 12:10 to go first period. A scoreless start. Both teams have had opportunities. Watertown with the opening play for about the first 5 minutes carrying possession, and then the last handful of minutes, a little bit more from St. Cloud, but still a great game for the Shamrocks to start once again. Here's Doobie backhanding one into the slot. Nobody driving the net, and so that is cleared away. Rice now high in the zone, got it to Lafleur. Lafleur had it poked away, and now it rolls in towards Callaway. He steers it into the corner. Moyer on a loose puck along the half wall. Off for Lafleur in the circle. Lafleur trying to play it off the wall to himself. Now centered out into the slot area. Bartley came crashing down, but it's cleared out by him, past him, and out to center. And now an offside whistle as that puck glanced off the leg of Bartley while he was still trying to get back onside. This faceoff will come on the opposite side of the Norseman bench. Pardon me, they'll put it right at center ice. So back where we were 8 minutes and 31 seconds ago, a face-off at center ice, still a scoreless hockey game here in St. Cloud. Shamrocks beat on this face-off. The Norsemen dump it in here from center ice. Moyer along the half wall looking for some room, skates back into his own end, wraps it around the wall. Bartley to scoop it up on the near side board. Bartley into the middle. Rice pressured from behind, got it up Lafleur in the right wing circle. Lafleur a shot blockered away by Callaway. Lafleur leads the Shamrocks this season with 144 shots on goal entering tonight. He also leads the team in shots that have been blocked. Bartley at the right wing point throws one on goal into the glove of Callaway. That will draw a whistle with 10:56 to go in the first. It's been a tough go of it for Travis Lafleur, but a good jump again here for him tonight. The play has been better for Lafleur over the last little while. The points still haven't been there, but the eye test, I feel like I'm starting to say this again every week, and the eye test for Lafleur is starting to look better after the 8 points in the opening 8 games of the season, just 2 points in the 18 games since. But his last goal came here against Watertown, came against St. Cloud. There's a pass out in front. Sproul denied right on the doorstep, and then Boren as well, as Callaway made a couple of saves in tight. Face off on the near side, Dot Markham to take it. Gets low down to the ice, wins it back. Sproul harassed out to the blue line, lost an edge, turned it over. The Shamrocks have to get back. Carter, a good recovery there after Sproul turned it over. Now back the other way. Sproul for Markham, just out of his reach. And now the Norsemen from behind their own net. Sam Harris had the play at the blue line on Carter Sproul that nearly sprung him in alone on LaShaw. 10:15 to go here in the first period. Holden Carter below the goal line. Skates it up the near side, goes rink wide, collected there by his defense partner, Ryan Whiterabbit, and Whiterabbit sends it in down low. Boren is upended before he had quite reached that puck. He returns the favor with a little shove into the back there of Eric Charchenko that goes uncalled. Arguably, both could have maybe picked up a penalty in that sequence. Fast plays this puck. Watertown with too many men on the ice there. That went uncalled. Chartier with his stick lifted, and Shamrocks will get whistled down here for an icing with 9:45 to go in the first.
And don't forget Chugga Puck. Stop by the table on the mezzanine and get yourself a Chugga Puck and a chance to win one half of the pot.
Face off to the right side of LaShaw. Both centermen get a little bit of an early jump there, and we'll try again. Looks like Bronson Hunt will be tossed out of the face-off dot. He's replaced by Wes Berg, and a nice win there from Chartier, able to poke that face-off back for Watertown. Fast tied up along the half wall now, below the goal line. He has to try to work for this puck. Poked it out to the point, but it's kept in, a one-timer. That's blasted up over the top of the goal from Charchenko. May have been deflected anyway. Now loose out in front. Charchenko comes crashing down. He was tied up at the last moment. Now Ginger springs out to center ice. His pass redirected in deep by Fast. He's the first one in on this puck out of the corner. Fast had it roll off the toe of his stick. Bronson Hunt steals it to Berg on the left wing, and he'll carry in, attacking right to left for St. Cloud. Angled off the end wall, and an awkward bounce right out in front of LaShaw. Scooped up by Fask and carried out safely to center ice. Fask at the blue line, and just a little bit behind Ryan Ginger. And we have an offside whistle with 9:01 to go here in the first. Timeout on the ice. We'll take one here in the booth as well. Back in 30 seconds. You're tuned into Watertown Shamrocks Hockey on Star 98.1 and NAHL.TV.
It's the place to go for your trade needs with over 100 stay happy tradition that provides high quality work and remarkable customer care. Visit Rego Printing online at Rego.com. Rego, proud sponsors of the Rego Poster Player.
Welcome back on Star 98.1. 9:01 to go here in the first period of play. Blake Tyson with you inside the St. Cloud MAC. It's a scoreless start between your Shamrocks and the St. Cloud Norsemen. Mentioned off the top of the broadcast, St. Cloud right now on a 6-game losing streak coming into tonight's contest. They haven't looked all too awful tonight, but they are being outshot right now by Watertown 8-5 through the opening nearly 11 minutes of this contest. Shamrocks tied his face-up up. It looked like Gardner was going to dig it loose. Now it's dumped in from center ice by Shepard. And the Shamrocks will go in on the forecheck as Callaway tees it up behind his own net. McMinn, a strong play along the wall. Now behind the net, Sassenberry looking for options. Feeds Gardner high in the zone. Back for Sassenberry. Now left off for Mickish. He had that stick checked away. Now the Norsemen with numbers through center ice. Coming in down the left wing wall into the offensive zone. Rink-wide feed. That was broken up. The defenseman Tyler Geyer trying to feed it cross ice. Wishart out to the point. A shot from the point. Save made by LaShaw. And then he finds the rebound. The puck was wedged underneath his left pad to draw a whistle. The losses for St. Cloud over this losing streak largely due to scoring issues for themselves. 2 goals, 3 goals, 1 goal, 0 1-3 over the scoring, or over the losing streak, rather. Here's Lafier at center ice, dumping it in. The Shamrocks will forecheck on it. Rice with a hard hit, ties it up below the goal line. He collided there with Gabe Gallivan. Now Lafier trying to force it out to the wall. Rolling puck in the feet of White Rabbit. He trying to kick it to himself. He misfired on that, and Watertown has to go back to defend here. Holden Carter pressured by two Norsemen. Turned it out to the point. Gallivan plays it right back down low. Centered out in front. Harris on the backhand trying to hold the zone. Sam Harris not able to keep it high in the zone. Cumming misses on a hit, and now here's Cody Moyer. This puck caught up in the feet of the officials. A little bit of neutral zone play here, and turning and dumping it in deep is Tanner Hunt, and the Shamrocks will have some time to break this out. White Rabbit a short pass over to the near side. Here's Visnapu lugging through center. Good at the line. He had it into the middle. A backhander by Sproul, and a save made by Calloway. Sproul's been active tonight. Shamrocks have done a good job driving the middle lane, trying to split between the two defenders here this evening. Doobie from his own end, able to get it out to Markham. He's pressured from behind, tried to feed Boren at center ice. That was intercepted, and now LaShaw deflects one up and into the netting. They didn't blow it dead right away. Now they will. The face-off will come to the right side of LaShaw.
Fans, after tonight's shuffleball contest, great no one of your Norsemen. Tonight we'll be telling you a little bit about number 3, defensive end, Tim Russell.
Face-off, one back here by the Norsemen. Miller at the point sends a shot that was deflected. Markham maybe got a piece of that one. It skittered wide. Now puck up and out of play into the lower rafters here at the St. Cloud MAC. They're draw at center ice. Sproul able to win it. The Shamrocks deflect this in. It winds up on goal of Calloway anyway. He plays it over into the corner. Sproul trying to angle it off the boards from Markham. That was broken up. McMinn back at center ice as Sproul delivers a shoulder along the wall. Boren dumps it in from center, able to get that puck around Tyler Geyer. And now Charchenko from his own end. Sent up the near side, tipped in deep by Berg. St. Cloud will change all 5 here behind the play with 6:25 to go in the first. Still scoreless. Watertown carried out here by McMinn, able to deflect in from center, and they'll go to work on the forecheck. Ginger pressures on Sam Harris, as does Fast. Harris, a pass over to the winger. That's turned over in the slot. St. Cloud will have to try again. Played up the wall by Gallivan on the near side. And it's played back in down low, and an icing here against Watertown will bring the face-off back into their own defensive territory. Nixie Urich to take this face-off in the right wing circle. Spent last season in Austria, but he's actually a Croatian native, has participated with Croatia in international play as recently as last year. The face-off in the offensive zone that they control. LaBelle below the goal line. Formerly of the Minnesota Mallards, and their former captain, Mason LaBelle, traded here to St. Cloud back in November. Laid out to the point. Gallivan at the right wing, plays it back down low. Shamrocks escape with it. It's Fast at the red line. He'll angle it off the wall, break to the bench for a change as Ginger and Chartier forecheck. Ginger creates a turnover behind the net. Played it out to Mickish, who was coming down the high slot, but he had a Norseman defender right behind him that broke that up. Here's Bartley shoveling it in around the defender Hunt and gets it in down low. Grant Gardner below the goal line, playing a heavy game, gets it to Mickish. He's tied up by Gallivan, and a penalty coming here against the Norsemen. Mickish still with it below the goal line. Trying to leave it off here for Gardner. He wraps it up the boards to Bartley. Bartley, D-to-D, White Rabbit on the left side. Sproul is out on the ice as LaShaw got off. Here's Sassenberry trying to feather the needle. And that was broken up. Now he takes another hit and shove from behind. Tumbles awkwardly into the wall as St. Cloud is going to head to the penalty box. And Watertown will get the game's first power play opportunity. A tripping call below the goal line as Elliot Mickish was undone. So Watertown to the power play, 12.6% on this season. The number has been rising ever so slowly. It still is in the bottom portion of the league total, but has scored in 7 of its last 13 games, about a power play goal per weekend, going up against the St. Cloud power play that ranks 15th in the league, right around the middle in a 35-team league at 83.5%. Shamrocks win this draw. Markham to Sproul on the near side, and a heads-up play there from Hudson Blue to break up that pass to Sproul. Here's Chartier trying to weave through traffic. Got it off for Ginger, and the Shamrocks will get set up. 1:39 still to go on the power play. White Rabbit trying to settle down a rolling puck. Sends it down low. Played back out in front. Here's Sproul. Up top to White Rabbit. St. Cloud pressuring pretty aggressively. There's the seam pass for Chartier. That's what will eventually open itself up. As this puck squirts out to center ice, the Shamrocks will have to reset from there. White Rabbit from center ice. If they're going to pressure White Rabbit high at the point, you have that little pass to either Sproul or Chartier along the flanks, and then if they chase there, that can open up that seam pass across for the one-timer. White Rabbit on the near side with it again. Along the half wall, plays it down low. Here's Ginger. He's tied up, gets it back to White Rabbit. Straight away here for Sproul. Back to White Rabbit. Now into the middle. Markham cut off a pass. I think it was intended for Chartier. And the Shamrocks misfire again. And Sproul's got to go back. LaShawn comes way out of his net to the top of the circles to play it to White Rabbit at center ice. And Watertown changing their power play unit here with 40 seconds to go on the man advantage. They got set up with St. Cloud, a pretty high pressure, especially that defenseman up top running the top of the umbrella. Here's Lafleur bringing it into the zone. Now Moyer plays it in down low. Charchenko looking for a lane to clear. Visnapu comes crashing down. Good to see him back in the lineup in general. Oh, Moyer just took a puck off his helmet. He looks to be just fine. He's got a smile on his face. He rubs his helmet, I think saying thank you. It certainly couldn't have felt very good, but that's why you wear a helmet. Thankfully, with the half shield on for Moyer, it didn't catch any of his exposed parts of his face. Just 20 seconds left in the man advantage. A second power play unit that does look a little bit different now. Lafleur and Moyer with Boren, the 3 forwards. And now we see Visnapu with Doobie as 2 defensemen here on this power play. Look, Visnapu will wrap this around the wall off a face-off win from center ice. Boren lays a hit in the corner. Moyer trying to dig it loose as well. Lafleur in the vicinity. It pops out to the point. Doobie settles it down. Final seconds of the power play. Here's Lafleur up top. Doobie uncorks a one-timer tip and save made by Callaway. Back out to the point. Doobie to the near side. Visnapu numbers out in front, and it's tipped wide by Boren. Good look there from Visnapu, and Boren able to get the deflection, just couldn't turn it on net. So power play that starts the game 0 for 1 here for Watertown, but turned a couple of looks in the dying seconds of the man advantage. 2.5 minutes to go here in the first period. Still a 0-0 score from the St. Cloud back. Blake Tyson here with you on Star 98.1. Here's Shepard at the red line. Tried to loft that puck in the offensive zone. Kind of fanned on it. Didn't get much underneath it. And now Mickish at center ice. Carries it back from left to right. Has Gardner driving it into the corner. He finds Gardner out in front for Sassenberry. And the backhand couldn't get the redirection on net. Back the other way, dumped in deep, off the wall by Crane. The Shamrocks back out to center quickly. Gardner into the middle, Mickish trying to feed Sassenberry. And the transition play has looked nice here tonight here for Watertown so far. Here comes Harris sending a wrist shot a mile wide. Kept in at the right wing point. Down low, a save made by LaShaw off the left pad. 90 seconds to go here in the opening period. Shepard plays the puck up the wall, cutting it off and carrying it in down low is Wishart. He played it out to the point. That's off the defender stick and out to center ice. Up the near side, Harris fed Miller, and Miller redirected in deep with 1:15 to go in the first. White Rabbit, a short pass for Sproul. He connects with Bourne on the left side. Bourne looking for that red line, finds it, sends it in softly down low. behind the net of Callaway with 60 seconds to go in the first period. Holden Carter pinches at center ice. Now here comes Sandu on the left side. Top of the left wing circle, waiting for reinforcements. Played it to the slot. Bourne intercepted it there. Boren to Markham at center ice. Nice reception of the pass. Trying to drop it back for Carter. He was tied up, still able to throw a shot towards the net, but it goes well wide. Back out to center ice. White Rabbit will play it in deep again. Shamrocks changing here with 35 seconds to go in the opening period. Still 0-0. White Rabbit trying to step up on a loose puck. Urich beat him to it and plays it into Watertown territory. White Rabbit maintains control here for the Shamrocks. Visnapu trying to clear. He's pressured by LaBelle. Able to get it over to White Rabbit again, and the Shamrocks would be wise to try and get this to the break. Dangerous pass right in front of the net of LaShawn. Now here comes Visnapu at center. No cross corner, dump this in the dying seconds. Ginger in on the forecheck. Scooped up in the near side corner. Dyer, he takes a hit. Final few seconds of the opening period will tick off the clock, and that is the end of the first period of play. A scoreless opening first period that saw both teams have opportunities as the Shamrocks outshoot St. Cloud 11-7 in the opening frame. We'll take a break here on Star 98.1. A 0-0 score through 20 minutes of play. Recap the first period action as well as take a look around the rest of the North American Hockey League on the other side of this break. First intermission of a scoreless opening period between these two Central Division opponents in St. Cloud. 0-0 the score. We'll take a break. Back in 5 minutes. You're tuned into Watertown Shamrocks Hockey on Star 98.1.
Ladies and gentlemen, the St. Cloud Crush boys hockey team has a reputation for helping out in the community with their volunteer efforts. The Crush boys hockey team is passionate in their efforts to share their love of the game of hockey with the community. And now, please welcome to the ice the members of the 2024-2025 St. Cloud Crush boys hockey team. And here they are. Number 1, Darren Kramer. Number 2, Jace Walker. Number 3, Yogan Yelena. Number 4, Aiden Urchin. Number 5, Carter Kochler. Number 6, Hayden Blumke. Number 7, Lincoln Oldenburg.
It's weird being able to hear
Number
myself.
8, Eli Erford. Number 9, Luke Hatton. Number 10, Crosby Eddie. Number 11, Landon O'Donnell. Number 12, Finn Bowen. Number 13, Bo Stewart. Number 15, Brayden Lumen. Number 16, Isaac Butler. Number 17, Lewis Boyd. Number 18, Jackson Stewart. Number 19, Carson Sires. Number 20, Jonah McLean. Number 21, Max Meyer. Number 22, Christopher Jr. Number 23, Aiden Springer. Number 24, Joe Johnson. Number 25, Kevin Ewan. Number 26, Jace Donahue. Number 27, Jackson Sheets. Now, Number 28, Owen Second. Number 30, Nathan Goldman. Number 31, Nolan Leon. Number 32, Ben Johnson. Number 33, Jer Walker. Number 34, Corbin Manton. Number 36, Nolan Stewart. Number 37, Nick Biersma. Number 40, Casey Hiller. Number 44, Jackson Memphis. Number 47, Ryan Zachariason, now their neutral. And number 55, Peter Matanek. There's your 2024-25 St. Cloud Brush Boys hockey team. Let's hear it. Thank you for joining us tonight, man.
I love when you talk. I don't know what. I got nothing. I don't know what you want me to say.
First period division recap. 11 to 7, Scott's on goal. Callaway has got 11. Dylan Shaw has got 7.
Here it comes, man.
What's up? 19 minutes. That's it. Easy time.
Right?
Find out how our Croatian board forward got into the sport high.
Yeah, that's all I have. All my interviews.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back on Star 98.1 inside the St. Cloud Mac. We're through 20 minutes of play, and it's a scoreless hockey game here so far between the Watertown Shamrocks and the St. Cloud Norsemen. Not a whole lot to really talk about with you. I was just actually talking with the St. Cloud broadcaster, and we were talking about not a whole lot to talk about it when you have a scoreless opening period that only sees one penalty as well. Gabe Gallivan was called for tripping at the 15-14 mark. That was a power play opportunity for Watertown. They did not find the back of the net on it. 11 shots on goal for the Shamrocks, 7 for St. Cloud. Dane Callaway for the Norsemen has made all 11 saves, and LaShaw has made all 7 as well for Watertown. Trying to take a look at some of the notable players, I think, for either side. Travis Lafleur and Carter Sproul both with 2 shots on goal for Watertown. That is the team lead. Meanwhile, on the other side for St. Cloud, Niksa Juric with 2 shots on goal. He leads the team for the Norsemen. We'll take a look around the rest of the league here in this first break, and then we'll have a longer second break here during this intermission. Selfishly, I'll take the longer break. On a personal note, I'm from St. Cloud. I got some friends and family in town, so I do want to take some time during the intermission to go and talk with them, say hi. So we'll jump into all of kind of the normal intermission activities here right now, take a longer kind of extended break until the start of the second period of play. So taking a look here around the rest of the North American Hockey League, Elmira leads the Northeast Generals 2-0 through 40 minutes of play. The 2-0 score. Charlie Fink with both goals in that game for Elmira. Danbury trails Johnstown 3-0 in the second period of play as well. Sticking out east, the Rochester Junior Americans up by a goal, 1-0. Jaden Dyke with the goal over the Maine Nordiques about midway through the second period of play. New Hampshire Mountain Kings hold a 1-goal lead, 3-2 over the New Jersey Titans halfway through the second period in New Jersey. Philadelphia Rebels playing host to the Maryland Black Bears. They lead by a pair. It's 2-0 early in the second period. Joe Stauber and Charles Panchison, with the goals for Philadelphia. In Chippewa, at the Chippewa Area Ice Arena, the Steel are tied with the Kenai River Brown Bears 1-1 at the end of the first period of play. Fairbanks with a 3-0 lead over the division-leading Wisconsin Wendigo through 20 minutes of play on the road in Eagle River. Nice performance and nice showing here for Fairbanks. It's been a good team as well. Wisconsin, the Wendigo, that is, have played more games than Fairbanks, and so that's primarily part of the reason why they lead that Midwest division right now. Anchorage and Springfield, they are scoreless after one period of play. North Iowa and Aberdeen are tied at 2 through 20 minutes of play as well. Grant Winkler and Luke Backel, the goals for Aberdeen. Fuji Suzuki and Cole Wyron, the goal scorers for North Iowa. Down south, Shreveport leads Oklahoma by a score of 3-1 with 3 minutes to go in the first period of play. At the Budweiser bullpen in Amarillo, it's the Wranglers with a 1-0 lead over the Colorado Grit. Carl Jacobson, the only goal in that game so far, with 5 minutes to go in the first. Odessa and El Paso, they are a minute away from a scoreless first period of play. Lone Star and New Mexico, they are scoreless as well halfway through the first period. And then the latest start here tonight, Minot dropping the puck around 7:30 as they usually do. They are scoreless so far in the opening 4 minutes and change with the Austin Bruins in other Central Division matchups. Of course, our score here is still 0-0 between St. Cloud and Watertown. We'll take a brief break here on Star 98.1, or pardon me, I should say an extended break here on Star 98.1. We'll be back in 8 minutes. When we come back, we'll have puck drop for period number 2 as these two teams look to break the ice here inside the St. Cloud MAC. You're tuned into Watertown Shamrocks hockey on Star 98.1.
Hockey fans, are you ready for period number 2? Please welcome back to the ice, Norsemen!
Working on the chicken. Yeah, get over there. My mom's like, I just had somebody already took care of that. I have no more room, but thank you. A couple of times my first beer, I was like, coming down the ice. Oh, dude, I hate that. I was like, oh no. That's how I am with Minot. Minot has a feature. Like, I got half. In the middle of a call, and I get like a piece of work. I'm like, ugh.
It's the worst.
But it's so good.
Delicious.
Bill was doing like after game, I can't wait. Older cats. For happy hour. I can't.
Welcome back on Star 98.1, right into the action here for the second period of play as your Watertown Shamrocks attack from right to left here in this middle period of play. St. Cloud from left to right. Blake Tyson with you on Star 98.1. There's a turnover high in the slot area. The shot from Miller was disrupted. Cleared out to center ice by Watertown. Shamrocks struggling to get through center ice here to start the second period. A pass off the skate of Eli Mickish. Brought back in the other way, and Tanner Hunt is in offsides with 19:31 to go here in in the second period of play, the first whistle of period number 2.
Visit PremierHomeSearch.com for your central Minnesota real estate news.
Face-off here controlled by the Shamrocks. McMinn collects a pass, plays it ahead. Moyer deflects it in deep. LaFear in on the forecheck. Swatted at the puck, turned it towards Moyer, but he was beat to it by Hudson Blue. Now Blue across the offensive line for St. Cloud, brings it in. Knocked away, now here's Jack McMinn with it. 19:10 to go in the first period. Angled behind the net. Shepard to McMinn, now rink wide. Here's LaFear trying to turn on the Jets and win wide. Into the left wing corner, puts on the brakes, now looking for a lane. The puck tied up in his feet. He had McMinn at the point, but LaFear wasn't ever able to find the puck in between his legs. And now Hudson Blue clears out to center ice. Mason LaBelle in on goal. LaShaw will stop it and leave it here for Will Shepard. The longer change in effect here in the second period. Shepard turns this puck over. A good recovery and a stick check to break it up for St. Cloud back out to center ice. And played right back in deep by Geyer. Shepard to meet it along the half wall. Dropping to a knee was Berg trying to hold the zone. Now he tangles up below the goal line. Trying to center out in front. Good stick there from LaShaw. And then Hunt on the rebound. That's Bronson Hunt. Is denied again by the Swiss netminder. It's been 7 games without a point for Bronson Hunt. The Long Beach, New York native has struggled over the last month and a half. That's kind of been the story here for St. Cloud, though, over the last little while, is guys struggling to find point production. No points in the last 5 games for Wyatt Farrell. He's out on the ice. Pardon me, not out on the ice on this shift. Traditionally out on this line with Tyler Wishart and Alex Sandhu, so I wonder if there is a little bit of line juggling here from head coach Joe Extra in the second period for St. Cloud, because that second line started as Wyatt Farrell, Tyler Wishart, and Alex Sandhu. Here comes a shot that's blockered up and out of play again by LaShaw, that time off the stick of Tim Runso. Face off in the right wing circle. St. Cloud again will have their centerman tossed out of the draw. And LaBelle will come in to take it. LaBelle not bad in the dot, though, either. Urich was tossed. He's actually only a 37% guy in the dot. Here's a shot tipped in, they score. It is Mason LaBelle deflecting a point shot home past LaShaw with 17:51 to go in the first. St. Cloud has grabbed a 1-0 lead. A tough start here in the second period after the Shamrocks had controlled much of the opening 20 minutes of play. And Mason LaBelle tips one past LaShaw, his 11th of the season, 7th since joining St. Cloud. And he continues to be a massive, massive pickup for the Norsemen ever since their trade acquisition with the Minnesota Mallards last month. Here's Chartier up the wall, trying to bank it off the boards. Up ahead for Ginger. LaShaw's going to drop this puck and play it, and Shepard will wrap it around the wall. McMinn beat to this puck. Out of the corner, the Norsemen look to get set up to the near side point. A shot knocked down, never got through to LaShaw. Now Runso with the shot at the right wing point. Now Shepard with some room to carry out to center. He hits the red line and plays it in deep. Shamrocks change their defense behind the play as Chartier and Ginger apply pressure to the breakout for St. Cloud. They break that pressure easily. Blue on the right wing with Urich driving towards the net. Plays it back down low. Picked up there by Holden Carter. Plays it up the wall. White Rabbit back for Carter down behind his own goal. Emerges with it on the right side. Holden Carter, short pass to Ginger. Ginger now trying to go rink wide for White Rabbit. That was broken up. Shamrocks have some tired legs. Now a pass ahead intended for Zach Wentworth. Doesn't connect. Icing waved off on the play. Zach Wentworth tonight making his debut for St. Cloud. Out to the left wing point, looking for a lane, sending it off the walls. Harris, it bounces right out in front of LaShaw. Cumming taken down, and now a penalty coming here. That will put St. Cloud on the power play as Mickish carried it out to center ice. And we'll see who the guilty party is. Looks like they'll take Mickish, and so now the tough times potentially here to continue for St. Cloud, or for Watertown rather, after St. Cloud just grabbed the 1-0 lead. St. Cloud's power play very, very good. 23.6%. It's the third highest ranked unit in the North American Hockey League. They win this face-off in control. With it on the near side is Berg. Plays it up back to the point. Norseman gets set up. Miller down to the goal line. LaBelle, the goal scorer, trying to feed it back for Miller. Moyer got a stick on it to break it up. Now battled for, tying it up behind the net. Wishart. He's tied up by Sproul. Sproul takes him all the way below the goal line. Pardon me, that's Visnapu tying him up. Visnapu still has it tied up with Wishart along the half wall. Sassenberry waiting for its pop free, as is Doobie. LaBelle has Doobie tied up high. He's got a stick around his neck. Doobie able to wrestle himself free from that headlock that he was put into by Mason LaBelle. Now on the near side, a stick down onto the ice. Losing his stick is Cody Moyer. He's shoved down, able to recover his twig and back up onto his feet. 45 seconds into this power play, finally a clear as Moyer digs it out and plays it all the way down. Shamrocks will change all 4 penalty killers, and St. Cloud kind of grinding out this power play below the goal lines. Will have to go a full 200 feet. Here's a headman pass for Blue. It bounces out lively off the end wall. It misfired by a mile, but he won the race to negate the icing. Still a lot of perimeter play here for St. Cloud. Can they find a way to create some penetration on this penalty kill here for Watertown? Top of the right wing, left wing circle, a shot, save made by LaShaw. The rebound is loose. He dives on top of it to draw a whistle with half a minute to go on the man advantage. Both teams getting a change here on this final half minute of the power play. The opening one of the game for St. Cloud after just grabbing a 1-0 lead. Turned over behind the net by Shepard. Then a great play by Doobie to still wrestle it free. And now a clear from Boren will go the length of the ice. Chartier pressuring on the breakout as Gabe Gallivan picks it up behind his own net. Time for one more rush here for the Norsemen. Gallivan looking for some room, has a man on the far side. He sends it over there. Nice stick by Shepard to knock it away. Now he needs to recover his stick. Bronson Hunt, a short pass. Sandu wraps us in. St. Cloud's offside. Now fresh out of the box. Mickish, the pass up the wall. Scooped up and a whistle, and I'm not quite sure what the whistle was for. Maybe the puck caught someone in the St. Cloud bench. I'm not quite sure. Watertown got it out to center ice. maybe the clearing attempt hit someone in the St. Cloud bench, but either way, then that should come out to neutral as opposed to staying in the offensive zone. Not entirely sure the purpose of the whistle, but it's an offensive zone faceoff here for St. Cloud, and Cumming is able to win it back. White Rabbit with it. Spins back behind LaShaw. He's watched. Now comes up on the near side. Looking for a lane. Finds Mickish. He redirects out to Gardner, and Gardner through center ice. Slips by Chorchenko, and now Gardner tied up in the corner. Mickish jumps on a loose puck behind the goal. Had Bartley at the point and tried to feather one out in front to the slot. Gardner had broke for support in the corner. It's intercepted and carried back the other way by St. Cloud. And in offside, Sam Karch, a move at the blue line. And Cumming was in a bit early.
And don't forget Chuckle Puck. Stop at the table every evening. Get yourself a Chuckle Puck.
The face-off will be in the near side dot right across from the Norsemen bench, led by head coach Joe Exter. His first season as a head coach, but he is a well-traveled coach with an incredible story. His spent 19 seasons as an assistant across multiple different organizations, collegiately and junior hockey-wise. Worked with the national development team as well. Former college goaltender at Merrimack. As the Norsemen continue to pressure below the goal line, now Runso has to backpedal at the blue line as Moyer sends it ahead for Lafleur. Lafleur into the corner with Kyle Miller. Those two tie each other up. Still behind the net of Callaway, out to the right wing point. Trying to fire one quickly with Shepard. Looked like he was trying to pass it across to Moyer. Intercepted Runso. Now the Norsemen 4-on-2. Rink wide feed collected. Thrown on goal and a tip and a save made by LaShaw. Shamrocks send it off the glass. That's Joe Rice clearing it off the window. This will go all the way down for an icing. And 12:53 to go. Let's wrap up that point about Joe Exter. I mentioned he was a college goaltender at Merrimack. Back in 2003, it was his junior year in college, an NCAA tournament game against Boston College. He collided with longtime NHLer Patrick Eaves, and the collision caused Exter to stop breathing and fractured his skull in 2 different spots, causing really bad hemorrhage and brain bleeding. There's an awkward bounce out of the corner right out in front, and a save is made by LaShaw, but he was able to recover from that after coming out of a medically induced coma and was put into a rehab stint that was expected to last 4 months. It wound up lasting just 8 days. Then he wound up signing a professional contract, played in the ECHL and the Pittsburgh Penguins system for a pair of seasons. It's just an incredible, incredible story. There's an ESPN documentary about it. It's truly something remarkable. And now continuing to maintain his connection to the hockey community, now as a first-time head coach for St. Cloud. Here comes Owen Fask, wheeling through center ice, lost the puck behind him, and the Shamrocks are in offside. If Fask had been able to collect that cleanly, Watertown may have had a 3-on-2 attacking the other way. Instead, it's an offside whistle with 12:01 to go in a fast-playing second period. And a 1-0 score. St. Cloud on top. Mason LaBelle's 11th of the season, 7th since being acquired by the Norsemen. Tonight, his 10th game in a Norseman sweater. He's over a point per game. Has been probably their best player since they acquired him. Fask off a turnover in the offensive corner. Carries it through the top of the zone. Now has to go skate to stick. Lost the handle on it. Newby has to recover for the rookie forward. Plays it into Watertown territory. Nice stick there from Ginger. This will go the length of the ice, but icing is waved off as Ginger disrupted that pass attempt. Fast, trying to go skate to stick. Off the skate, kicked out hotly to LaBelle, and he drives towards the net. A save is made by LaShaw again. Not a good second period here for Watertown. It's been dominated by St. Cloud. Now here's a chance. Ginger carries in as Fast driving the net. Feeds it to the rookie to the backhand, and a save is made by Callaway. Best look of the young career for Owen Fask, making his debut here tonight. Now Geyer counters back the other way. Good stick and standing things up defensively for White Rabbit. Now Ginger trying to thread the needle across the ice. Geyer intercepts, brings it back in. White Rabbit sends him down, and he's going to pick up a penalty on the sequence with 11:01 to go in the second period. Ryan White Rabbit, after delivering a hit on Geyer that sent him down, cross-checking is going to be the call. And Watertown back to the kill for the second time this period. A chance from Fast, the first shot on goal of the period for Watertown, nearly 9 minutes in. Face-off will be to the right side of LaShaw. Markham and Sproul will be the two to take it. Shepard and Holden Carter, the two defensemen, and with Ryan Whiterabbit in the box. Face-off is won here by Watertown. LaBelle does a great job to tie it up. Clearing attempt is kept in. Over to the near side, Berg comes walking in, and a blocker save punched into the corner by LaShaw with LaBelle posted up right in front of him. Here's a pass that's kept in high in the zone. Berg, now his rink-wide feed off the shin pads of Sproul out to center ice. Now Sproul nearly off a turnover, sprung himself. Instead, St. Cloud counters. Carter trying to get back defensively. Does a good job to recover, and the Shamrocks send it down the length of the ice. Carter having his stick held up from behind by Berg, and then Shepard is going to get away with one. No, he won't. They're going to call it late. Very, very late did that arm go up in the air, and now here comes St. Cloud back into the offensive zone. Hudson Blue trying to buy himself some time. Still 1:15 on the power play. It's a 6-on-4 now here for St. Cloud. Surprisingly, they haven't just given the puck up to Watertown and elected the extended time on the 5-on-3. Calling for it, Runso at the point. He collects the pass, blocked by Sassenberry, and now Shepard is going to get the gate here, a penalty with 10:01 to go in the period and 1:01 left on the penalty to Ryan Whiterabbit. And so a longer 5-on-3 here for St. Cloud. Shepard arguing that he stepped on his stick. He called a cross-check. Well, that certainly did not happen, but well, then he signals a trip on the way out. So a trip or a cross-check, it was definitely a trip that Will Shepard looked like for a moment he was going to get away with and ultimately did not. So the official gets the call right in that moment. 9:58 into this period. It's a 5-on-3 opportunity here for St. Cloud. A backhanded pass. Wishart collects it on the near side, plays it out to the point. Runso across at the line to Miller. Miller comes walking in. Back into the corner, Wishart. Top of the right wing circle, walks across high in the zone, throws a wrist shot wide. LaBelle posted up in front of the net using his large 6'3" frame. Now he has it from a sharp angle. That shot never got through. And now Runso shoots a stick out to center ice that goes uncalled. Cam Markham is without his stick, had a clear lane to recover it, and Runso shot it out into center ice. A one-timer save made by LaShaw, and now Markham is not happy with a little bit of traffic, and Casey Curley is incensed in front of his own bench, and rightfully so. You cannot shoot a stick out of the way if it's intact. And Casey Curley wants the attention of the linesman. He's going to get a change here anyway, and thankfully the egregiously bad missed call doesn't wind up in the back of the net of LaShaw, but my goodness. He's going to get his conversation as Curley with the official here tonight. I mean, that is a penalty. That went uncalled. And that really would have helped Watertown here on this kill. Still 21 seconds left of the 5-on-3. Sassenberry wins the faceoff into the corner, but rushing through, the Norsemen able to collect it, played out to Miller. Now into the near side, walking in, a shot tip that goes wide. LaBelle was posted up on the back door. Now Doobie able to get a stick on it to break things up. Out of the corner, behind the net now, Mason LaBelle sets up directly behind LaShaw. Trying to feed one over the half wall. Good stick from Chartier. Out of the box is Whiterabbit. It's a 4-on-3 across. Miller, one-timer blast that goes wide. Just missing was on the deflection was Sam Crane. And now the Shamrocks clear it all the way down. They will get a change. Just 45 seconds left on what is now a 5-on-4 power play opportunity. An opportunity here for the Shamrocks to turn the momentum, and Hudson Blue is in a stride or two early and offside. It's not been a good period here for Watertown. Not officially credited with a shot on goal, but Owen Fask absolutely had one. That was the only save Callaway has made. 11.5 minutes into this middle period. This has been the problem for Watertown. Seemingly they're come out slow sometimes, especially on the road. Normally it's been in the first period, but tonight after a good first, kind of just dying in the second. Now Boren off a turnover is loose behind the defense. Coming back and a good back check to take that away was Gallivan. Now out to the point. Carter collects it, looking for a lane. A shot, a save by Callaway. Boren not able to get a deflection. That will bring a whistle with 8:12 to go in the second. Zach Boren was oh so close to breaking loose behind the defense, but couldn't find it quickly enough, and Gallivan was able to jump up and tie him up from behind just enough to thwart Boren's attempt to peel away from the defense. Now an offensive zone draw here for Watertown. LaFear was tied up, bumped down to the ice. Final couple of seconds ticking off the clock here for Shepard. He's out of the box, and we're back to 5-on-5. A huge kill for the Shamrocks as we're back to 5-on-5. A minute-long 5-on-3 for St. Cloud, and Cumming not able to find that puck and redirect it on the back door. There's some room on the near side. White Rabbit off a rink-wide feed will carry into the offensive zone. Trying to thread the needle for Rice. That was broken up. Now LaFear steps into one. He flubs it, but it's controlled by Moyer to the near side. Doobie through traffic. It was blocked. Now wrapped around the wall. Chasing over to meet it on the far side is White Rabbit. He holds the zone. Now here's Joe Rice at the top of the right wing circle. Best shift here in the offensive zone for Watertown in this period. LaFear turns and fires one on goal, and a save is made by Callaway with 7:20 to go. Make it 7:19 to go now as one extra second ticks off here in the second period. So can Watertown, it certainly looks like it right now, turn a little bit of momentum coming off of that 5-on-3 penalty kill. It is so hard to kill a 5-on-3, especially against a power play like St. Cloud that clicks at nearly 25%. So far, they are 0 for 3 on the night. Chartier, Ginger, and Fast jumping out. Chartier will take the face-off this season, 41.5% in the face-off dot. I believe we had a media timeout that hadn't been called for initially. It has now. We'll take a break. Back in 30 seconds. You're tuned into Watertown Shamrocks Hockey on Star 98.1 and NHL.tv.
There's a good chance those were created by folks at Franklin Outdoor Graphics.
That was a very delayed whistle. Callaway was like,
also created the logos on
I have it.
Well, and same with the penalty too on Shepard.
That was, yeah. Also, that was interference. Casey had like a valid point. I was like, 100%. I'm just like sitting there, I'm like,
That was a bad
definitely
miss.
an interference.
But the one that put you guys in the 5-on-3, like, definitely a penalty, but, like, he watched it, and I was, like, looking at him, like, oh, and I even said, Shepard got away with one, and then it was, like, 3, 2, 1, oh, there we go. I was like,
Well, like, can't stick with flag and neutral. That's a bit okay, I guess there's no interference. But, like, Macy's got a very valid point there. Like, that's interference.
100%. Welcome back on Star 98.1. Face off in the right wing circle in the offensive zone. Chartier to take it here for Watertown. He wins it back. Now here's Ginger out to the point. McMinn looking for a lane. It was blocked again, and then McMinn is shoved down to the ice. Puck came up and landed in the rafters anyway, but McMinn took a hard shove down to the ice after he took that shot. It was a problem last weekend for Watertown, the defenseman having shots blocked in the weekend series against Bismarck. And we'll see if that one that was blocked off the stick of McMinn is continuing the trend or more of an aberration here tonight. It hasn't been as bad tonight as it was last weekend in Bismarck. Norsemen try a stretch pass. That doesn't connect. It'll go for an icing. McMinn able to grab that puck. 6:58 to go in the second period. 1-0, St. Cloud on top. Mason LaBelle, 2 minutes and 8 seconds into this middle frame. His 11th of the season from Hudson Blue. And Nixa Urich has made it a 1-0 game. Norsemen have had the last 3 power plays and got away with the penalty during that power play. An interference after a stick that was on the ice belonging to Cam Markham was shot out to center ice. That went uncalled. And so Casey Curley certainly made his point known. exiting that sequence. It was a bad miss, but on top of that, the 3 straight penalties for St. Cloud, they will need to be playing very carefully right now with the 3-1 power play advantage. We saw this the other way last weekend for Bismarck when Watertown had a significant power play advantage on Saturday night. Here's a shot off the post. Berg rings the iron through a little bit of a screen, and it winds up out of play off the crossbar of LaShaw. He thanks that crossbar, and we are still 1-0. Sassenberry to take this face-off, going up against Hudson Blue. Both these two centermen right around 43-44% in the dot. Pretty even matchup. It's poked over to the half wall, and Urich digs it free. Shamrocks now control out to center ice. Mickish trying to fight through a check by Runso. Slips by him. Mickish on the backhand. Lays it behind the net. White Rabbit activates from the point to hold. Back below the goal line. Stepping out in front. Passed out in front. And Carter, who stepped down from the point trying to activate himself, wasn't able to collect the pass off a feed from Grant Gardner. Now Sassenberry doing a good job tying this up here at center ice. Mickish finds a loose puck and plays it to White Rabbit. 5:45 to go here in the second. White Rabbit evades pressure, carries out to center ice. To Gardner on the near side. He deflects in deep. Shamrocks changing 3 skaters the other way as Gardner pressures the breakout. Norsemen out to center ice. Pass is deflected. White Rabbit back in his own end to pick up the loose puck. D-to-D for Doobie. Doobie looking for a lane, has Sproul in the middle. Sproul now looking for some open ice on the far side. Slips by a hit. Here's Carter Sproul in the slot in front. Boren to the backhand, and Callaway the save. Boren trying to slip it 5-hole, going forehand, backhand, and Callaway closed the 5-hole and slammed the door shut on Zach Boren. And we remain in a 1-0 hockey game. That play's been there tonight for Watertown. That weak side winger, that winger kind of driving the middle lane in a 2-on-2 or 3-on-2 situation. The defense for St. Cloud really has not done a good job of picking up that weak side winger, driving back towards the net. Seen it a couple of times. Owen Fask had an opportunity earlier in this period off the same type of sequence. Shamrocks win the draw. Doobie at the point. Sends it in down behind the net. Sproul takes a hit there as he ties it up. Boren coming in to help out as well. Pops free to Sproul. Now he's taken into the wall again by Gallivant. Boren to tie it up. To a side battle. Finally the Norsemen dig it free. Played over to the near side. Out to the point, but kept in by Doobie. Bouncing puck. Urich lost it to Sproul. Now here's Boren. Down to Sproul in the corner. Sproul looking for a lane. Good edge work. Out to the right wing point for a shot. That gets blocked by LaBelle off the stick of Visnapu. Visnapu lays it back behind the net. Sproul watches it go by. Doobie pinches down from the weak side point. He holds the zone momentarily. Now Boren can't keep it at the top of the circles. It's played all the way down the length of the ice, but Visnapu wins the race, and it's an icing as he beat LaBelle to the hash marks. And some tired St. Cloud legs will stay out on the ice with 4:28 to go in the second period. Face off in the near side dot. Offensive zone here for the Shamrocks. Rice is beat on the draw, but I think there was a false start. And so Rice was beat, but he'll get to try again. It was Hudson Blue, I think, that jumped early. And yeah, he's been tossed from the dot, so Urich will come in to take it. He's just 37% in the face-off dot. Advantage may be here for the Shamrocks, but a nice play there by Blue coming in to help out. Right as that puck hit the ice, he came screeching in from the front of the net. Able to clear it out to center ice. Now Moyer, flat-footed, will pick up this puck at his own blue line. Short pass to Lafleur on the near side. Through traffic, Lafleur into the left pad, and a save by Callaway. He'll find the rebound and take a whistle along with it. There are tired legs out there for the Norsemen off of that icing a few moments ago. Callaway elects to take the whistle and get a change that his forward trio desperately needed. Andrew Cumming will take the draw now again against Joe Rice. Coming 51.5% in the dot this season. Rice 43.3%. Cumming lifted the stick of Rice and then let his winger come in and scoop up that loose puck. It was Tanner Hunt, and then he fired it into the Watertown bench. And so the faceoff will stay in Shamrock territory with 4:04 to go in the second. LaFear to take this faceoff. He pokes it back. Kept it at the point by Shepard. That shot squirts wide of the net. Callaway left it there. Played back up the wall. Shepard pinches down. Moyer to keep it at the right wing point. Moyer to LaFear at the near side. Walks the blue line. Then trying to go it into the far side corner. Shepard took a stick up high. Maybe the puck that caught him. He reaches for his mouth. Now deflected in back the other way. Shy of the red line, and icing upcoming on the play. Shepard wanted a call there. With 3:40 to go. We've had a lot of whistles picking up here in the last couple of minutes, maybe even just the last minute and a half. Chartier will be the man to take the draw here for Watertown. Once again, going up against Cumming, this time in the right wing dot. One back by Chartier. Here's Ginger to White Rabbit on the near side point. White Rabbit pulls it off the wall. Now slides down the boards, cuts to the backhand, throws one towards the net. It was blocked. Penalty coming here against St. Cloud. Holden Carter at the point. Down to the goal line. White Rabbit. Body sprawling down to the ice. White Rabbit trying to thread one across. It was sticked away. No possession yet, and the whistle has not blown. The Shamrocks are skating 6-on-5. Played out in front. Still maintaining it. Centered for Fask. A drive. A save is made. And finally, St. Cloud maintains possession. Fask with a one-timer on a rolling puck, and the Norsemen will go to the penalty box in Watertown to their second power play opportunity with 3:11 to go here in the second period. And boy, how this game has twisted back the other direction ever since St. Cloud couldn't capitalize on that 5-on-3. The Shamrocks have taken some momentum and have outshot St. Cloud 6-0 ever since. Cumming heads off to the box for St. Cloud. Now the Shamrocks to the man advantage. There's a tie up on the draw. Ginger digs it loose and gets it to White Rabbit at the point. The Shamrocks get set up. Chartier with it on the near side. Back behind the net, Markham. Again, high pressure. Miller takes it away, clears it off the glass. White Rabbit held momentarily. Now he's forced out to center ice. White Rabbit out there with Sproul, Ginger, Chartier, and Markham. Here's a reverse pass. Sproul taking open ice through center ice. Across the blue line, gains the zone, down into the corner, centered out in front. It was broken up, kept in by White Rabbit at the point. He'll play it in down low. Behind the net, Miller picks it up. Now Markham trying to steal it. Backhand feed, out in front, they score! It's Sproul, what a pass from Cam Markham, and the Shamrocks have tied the game with 2:34 to go in the second period. It's Carter Sproul with another goal. Now goals in back-to-back games. His 8th of the season sets a new career high for the former Oklahoma Warrior. Great job by Cam Markham to strip that puck away from Kyle Miller and then just find Carter Sproul somehow, as Miller then had Markham tied up. And the power play again converting here for Watertown as it's continued to improve after its tough month. And now the Shamrocks shot out of a cannon right back in. A shot that goes wide off the stick of Gardner. Mickish below the goal line to Gardner. To the point, here's Holden Carter. He plays it down the wall. Gardner peels off the boards through traffic, and Callaway knocked it over into the corner. Mickish and Sassenberry pressure in the corner far side. It pops loose up the near side boards. Crane deflects it into Shamrock territory. Bartley back on it. Takes a couple of chops across the wrist from Berg. Gets rid of it. Crane delivered into the wall by Carter. And the Shamrocks with clean possession here with 2 minutes even to go in the second period. Holden Carter now through center ice. Warded trying to find that loose puck. Carter Sproul tying the game up at 1. A power play goal. His 8th of the season. A new career high for Sproul. Has us in a brand new hockey game late in the second period. Tanner Hunt deflects this puck into Shamrock territory. Back to scoop it up. Chartier skips it up the glass. Mickish back into the zone. Will lock this in down low. Break to the bench for a change. 90 seconds to go here in the second period. Ginger finds this loose puck between his feet. Trying to backhand one in front for Chartier. Now Chartier chasing back the other way. Gonna knock it away from Hunt as he plays it back down into Watertown territory. Visnapu had nowhere to go with it. Turned it over to Hunt. Now he returns it right back to Doobie below the goal line. To Ginger along the half wall. And his one-touch feed for Chartier was intercepted. And now a stick up into the mouth of Visnapu, and the Shamrocks are going to head back to the power play again with a minute to go here in the second period. And we'll see if any blood was drawn here on Visnapu. It doesn't look like it, at least by the way he's reacting, but Watertown back to the man advantage late in this period. A high stick. Visnapu took one to the mouth from Tyler Geyer. And can the Shamrocks stun St. Cloud here with a goal late in this second period? It's always goals in the opening minute and in the final minute, maybe even the final 2 minutes sometimes, that can really make things difficult on you. The Shamrocks control this face-off. At the point, White Rabbit with it. Played down into the corner near side. Now Chartier to Markham. Markham, the most recent man that set up the last power play goal. Trying to play it in front for Ginger. That was broken up and cleared out to center ice. White Rabbit from in his own end. Shamrocks back into the offensive zone, but Sproul was bumped off it, and it's cleared all the way down. Half a minute to go here in the second period. Sproul dumps it in from center. Callaway stops it behind the net. The goaltender's clearing attempt. Ginger knocked it down. Ginger holding it in the slot. On the backhand, the captain trying to feed Markham out in front. It's dug out. Loose in front of Callaway. Markham still tied up to the point. White Rabbit with traffic fires a save made by Callaway at the horn. And we are tied at 1 through 40 minutes of play. A little helter-skelter there for St. Cloud in the final 15 seconds. But they escape this period still in a tied hockey game. Very nearly were they down by a goal there right at the end. It's a power play still here for Watertown on the other side of this intermission. They will open the third with 1:01 left on the power play. We'll take a brief break here on Star 98.1. We'll be back in 5 minutes with intermission coverage. You're tuned into Watertown Shamrocks hockey on Star 98.1.
All right, take it away, Mark. We want to thank any hockey training people in the house. Our wonderful sponsor, hockey training, and I also want to thank Dennis Rickett from out in from Houston, Texas.
Thank you. Yeah, no problem.
So, ready to try to win some money? Hack the pawns on the line. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Nice heads up pass there by Markham. Oh, it's unmarked. He's going for it. Need to head up to the bar? You got it, sir. You are my boss. I take a beer. Or two. I gotta eat first, though. I haven't had anything since Taco Bell at 11 o'clock.
That does sound good, though.
Oh, I got a,
And here's your out-of-town North American Hockey League scoreboard.
I've never gotten one. Are they good?
I've
thought about it so many times, but then I just look at a deluxe cravings box and think about how it can feed me for 2 meals. Like, depending on how hungry I am, I can definitely also eat the whole thing in one.
of course, the Bulls get the bed and lose 2-0 lead.
And now, Norsemen fans, it's that time of night where we take a few minutes to meet one of your St. Cloud Norsemen players. Tonight, we're going to learn a little bit about number 3, defenseman Tim Rosso. Tim came to the Norsemen after playing for the Los Angeles Junior Kings at different levels the last 4 years. He has played 27 games for the Norsemen. Tim has committed to play NC2A hockey for Miami of Ohio. His hometown is Marina Del Rey, California. His birthday is July the 6th. His favorite NHL team is the Dallas Stars. He shoots right-handed. His favorite pregame meal is pasta with chicken. He wishes he had the superpower to be able to fly. And here's a fun fact. Tim is bilingual. Let's hear it for number 3, Tim Rosso.
Welcome back on Star 98.1. We are through 40 minutes of play here at the St. Cloud Mac, and we are in a tied hockey game. It is 1-1 between your Watertown Shamrocks and the St. Cloud Norsemen. Watertown, after a really, really slow start to that second period, flipped that period on its heels after Mason LaBelle scored 2 minutes and 8 seconds into the middle frame to open the scoring in the game and get the Norsemen on the board, his 11th of the season from Hudson Blue and Nixa Juric. And felt like the Norsemen were really going to run away with the game. St. Cloud got a power play opportunity. Elliot Mickus, shortly after the Mason LaBelle goal, was called for a trip. The Shamrocks did kill that off, but then Ryan Whiterabbit got called for a cross-check, and then while that power play was going on, Will Shepard got called for a trip, and there's a 1:01 long 5-on-3 sequence for the Norsemen, and that was really the pivotal turning point in that period. The shots on goal were 8-0 in favor of St. Cloud when that power play expired, but that power play expired because the Shamrocks killed off the 1:01 of the 5-on-3, then the remaining 59 seconds of the Will Shepard 5-on-4 minor. In that, the killing of those penalties and of the 5-on-3 and then the subsequent remainder of the Will Shepard penalty, really just seemed to change everything for Watertown. They did not surrender a shot on goal in the final 8 minutes of that second period, much like themselves. They did not get a shot on goal for the opening 8 minutes. They outshot St. Cloud 10-0 in the final 8 minutes of that period. They carry a 21-15 shots on goal lead throughout the opening 40 minutes of tonight's contest. Each team has seen 3 power plays. As a matter of fact, the Shamrocks are in the middle of one right now. 1:01 is left on a Tyler Geyer high sticking minor penalty that was picked up with 59.9 seconds left in the second period of play. So the Shamrocks will have a fresh sheet of ice, try and snap that puck around quickly and try to beat this St. Cloud penalty kill that so far tonight has been pretty aggressive, but the Shamrocks did beat it once on their last opportunity. Andrew Cumming got called for high sticking at 16:48, and Carter Sproul, off a beautiful backhanded feed from Cam Markham, found the back of the net, his 8th of the season, a power play goal, and a new career high for Carter Sproul in a Shamrock sweater. He had 7 goals last year for Wichita. He now has 8 this season for Watertown. 18 points make it 19 now on the season for Sproul. He's closing in very quickly on his career highs that he all set last year 7 goals, 19 assists, 26 points, all set last year. Obviously, has now surpassed that goal total. And the way that Sproul, Markham, and Boren have been playing lately, it would not shock me if Sproul far surpasses some of those totals. Total shots on goal, 21-15 in favor of Watertown. 20 saves for Dane Calloway, including a few in the final moments of that second period, where things got a little dangerous in front of him, and a little skittish if you are a Norsemen fan, for sure. Meanwhile, Blais Lachaux, 14 out of 15, and the game really settled down for him in the final half of that second period. Not a whole lot of work for him so far tonight, but he's continuing to play pretty strong. A couple of rebounds that have been left out, and the Norsemen have done a good job getting big bodies in front of the big-bodied goaltender, primarily Mason LaBelle and his 6'3", 200-pound frame, and he looks bigger, both taller and thicker than 200 pounds as well. LaBelle often parks himself right in front of the 6'3" Lachaux when they're in the offensive zone, are the Norsemen. Lachaux's got a really difficult screen to try to navigate, but so far he has done well, and that is where we stand right now. We'll run through the other scores here in the Central Division, and then we'll take our final break here of this second intermission. Only a couple of games happening in the Central, including one up in Minot. It's Minot and Austin, a 1-1 game right now in the second period of play. Ryan Lund and Chuck Owens scoring in the first period. Both those goals coming in the final 5 minutes of that first period. And it's a 1-1 game at Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. The other game in the Central Division, Aberdeen has grabbed a 3-2 lead now over North Iowa. Nikolai Tishkovich has scored in the second period, and that has given Aberdeen the 1-0 lead, or the 1-goal lead, 3-2 total, heading into the third period of play. Seeing if we have any finals. We don't have any finals, so that will wrap up kind of our out-of-town scoreboard look. We will take our final break here of this intermission. It'll be an extended one once again, and then when we come back, we'll have puck drop for period number 3 between your Shamrocks and the Norsemen from the St. Cloud MAC. Back in 9 minutes, you're tuned into Watertown Shamrocks Hockey on Star 98.1 and NAHL.TV.
I believe you went to Where's Goldberg?
Fans, you know what time it is. It's time for period number 3 as we make some noise for your St. Cloud Norsemen!
Really? Yeah.
All right.
It's time for Norsemen!
Welcome back on Star 98.1, starting the third period here a little bit early as the Shamrocks remain on the power play. The puck has hit the ice, and Hudson Blue for St. Cloud gets a short clear here to open up this third period. Still 50 seconds left on the man advantage for the Shamrocks. They're 1 for 2 here on the night. Oh, White Rabbit fan on a pass attempt. I actually think that puck got stuck in some water out on the ice. Now Sproul with the power play goal brings it into the zone. Here's Chartier with a wrist shot that rises up over the top of the net. White Rabbit holds it at the left wing point, plays it to Chartier. He lets it go down in the corner. Markham trying to spring it behind the net for Sproul. That was cut off and cleared. And will go the length of the ice. Shamrocks with 200 feet to go, just 15 seconds left on the man advantage. Chartier to Ginger, and then Chartier again. Trying to pass one out in front. That was broken up, winds up behind the net of Dane Calloway. Shamrocks emerge from the scrum with the puck. Markham below the goal line. Indirectly over to Sproul on the near side. Sproul in front, and Ginger's deflection. He was tied up. And now the Norsemen clear this off the glass. White Rabbit back to pick it up. Icing is waved off as White Rabbit takes some contact. Now a centering feed, and Sproul is there to intercept that pass. And he will start the charge back again here for Watertown. Just over a minute into this third period. Sproul is shot. A blocker save made by Calloway over the wall. Sproul heads to the bench for a change. Tanner Hunt calling for this pass. Collects it at the offensive red line. Or carries across the offensive blue line. And now Rice with a good stick check, knocked it back out to center ice. Moyer, Rice, and LaFear, the forward trio here for Watertown. Moyer at center, trying to slip by a hit along the wall. He was bumped off the puck. Back out to center ice. There's a heavy hit from Doobie that sends his man tumbling down. Upending Tyler Geyer there, I believe it was. Now LaFear to Rice, turning and spinning, and plays this puck back behind the net of Calloway. 17:50 to go, third period. 1-1 is our score. Shamrocks opened this period with about a minute to go on the power play. Couldn't convert on it. And now we will see. The last time these two teams met, and it was also in this building, they went to overtime, an eventual win by the Norsemen. 4-3 was the final. That was back in mid-November. Now here's a 2-on-1 for St. Cloud. Gardner trying to get back. He got a stick in the lane to disrupt the shot, and LaShaw made the save. The puck was dug out. Shepard and Ginger take some exception. A few extra pushes and shoves post-whistle as LaShaw stretches out that right leg. He was spun around a little bit in his crease trying to find that puck underneath him, but I think everything will settle down here. I don't believe we'll be getting any penalties out of this little post-whistle skirmish. The face-off will come in the left wing circle, and we will stay in the defensive end for Watertown. Face-off to the left side of LaShaw. There's a shot off the face-off. LaShaw makes a save, and then a body comes climbing in late. A little collision with LaShaw. Hard to see exactly who it was. The face-off will again stay to the left side of LaShaw. The urge to take the face-off here again. He's able to win this back at the point. Charchenko will wrap this in behind that. We've seen some awkward bounces tonight from behind both goals on either end here inside the St. Cloud MAC, which is odd because, well, for those of you that don't know, I'm from St. Cloud. This is the rink I grew up playing in from youth to high school. I don't remember this many awkward kind of bounces and weird kicks off the boards behind the goal. And the rink has not changed all that much since I've left, if at all, since I've left the St. Cloud area. It's something to keep an eye on here. The Norsemen have played some of those bounces, too, throughout the night tonight. Puck at center ice. Blue has it taken away from behind by Zach Boren. Now Harris at center. Boren and LaBelle tangle for it. LaBelle plays it in down low. LaShaw to stop it with 16:30 to go here in the third. Out to center ice, here's Ginger. He takes a hit, loses control of the puck. Knocking that away was Bronson Hunt. And now a little bit of extra shoving here. As the Shamrocks clear this out to center. Chartier tracking down this loose puck. 3-on-2 here for Watertown. Chartier to the backhand, throws one on goal. Saved by Callaway. And no rebound was left. Rice was in front of the net. Chartier taking a little bit of a shove as well. Would not surprise me if Owen Chartier plays a role in deciding the final of this game. Points in 7 of his last 11 games. He's been very, very productive here for Watertown. Norsemen getting in a late change. It'll be Chartier, Ginger, and Owen Fask. We haven't seen a ton of ice time maybe tonight for Owen Fask. We'll be curious after the game to take a look back on it. Certainly a set play, it looks like, off this faceoff. Chartier kind of whispering some words around to the defense and Ginger. Early jump there by St. Cloud. Coming against Chartier. Chartier was tied up. Cummings done a really good job of stick lifting tonight on the faceoff dot and then just allowing his wingers or someone else to come in and dig it free. It's really not been a whole lot of Chartier, or pardon me, of Cummings ripping it back cleanly, but just a good job being very, very gritty in the faceoff dot. Here's a stretch pass that's kicked in by Sandu, scooped up though by Owen Fask as he peels back looking for some open space. A little bit of a natural pick there set by Chartier. Doobie takes a hit into the boards right next to his bench. Now Doobie out to center ice, springs Fask, and Fask is with Doobie. 2-on-1. Fask has it sticked away. Great recovery there from Kyle Miller. And now back the other way. Sandu carries in on the left wing. Drops it back. Bartley is going to pick up a penalty here. He got tied up with Tim Runso and pulled Runso down to the ice. And a power play here, the 4th of the game for St. Cloud with 15:22 to go in the 3rd. With Justin Bartley heading off to the penalty box for Watertown. St. Cloud 0 for 3 on the power play, but they are a 25% team, just under 23%. So the math would tell you, be careful and watch out here. Shamrocks create a turnover, and White Rabbit sends this all the way down the length of the ice. It's a full 200 feet clear. Good pressure here by Moyer in on the play. Kyle Miller now with some time. He'll step out from behind the net of Callaway and will carry out to the blue line. Short pass to the near side. Wishart, tough time handling it. Moyer knocked it away. Holden Carter wraps it behind the net. Trying to feed it over to White Rabbit. He was tied up, and now it's kept in at the right wing point. Runso to Miller in the middle. To the near side, Berg. Wanting to go back to Miller. He collects, throws on goal through a screen of LaBelle. LaShaw makes the save and gets a whistle. A minute 19 still in the Justin Bartley minor penalty. He got the gate for holding was the official call. Norsemen will change up their power play units. This will go now to their second unit, which is probably a good thing here for Watertown. With LaBelle being one of the leading scorers in the power play. In fact, the leading scorer for the Norsemen. And Tim Runso being one of the top assist men in the, or rather Kyle Miller being one of the top assist man in the league on the power play. Here's a clear by Sassenberry, and now he's trying to chase this loose puck down. Ties up with Gallivan down into the corner. Sassenberry just couldn't quite jump around the defender to chase down that loose puck and try to break in shorthanded. Shamrocks just one of 4 teams in the league without a shorthanded goal this season. Oddly enough, though, Bismarck, one of the best teams in the league, if not the best, also joins them in that bin of not having a shorty. Here's we're approaching the change of the calendar. Another clear for Watertown. St. Cloud will have to go full 200 feet. Good pressure here by Sproul. Knocks this puck away. White Rabbit is going to win the race to it behind the net. Got it to the hash marks. Now Moyer's backhanded clearing attempt was knocked down. Second effort will go. And a full-length clear. Callaway to stop it behind his net again. And 25 seconds left on the Bartley holding minor. White Rabbit and Shepard on the back end with Sproul and Moyer, the two forwards. Sproul chases behind the net. Now Sandu carries into the zone. Trying to chip it around Shepard. He's tied up by Moyer. White Rabbit trying to dig it free down below the goal line. Shamrocks have got a lot of guys watching the puck in that corner as it squirts free to Berg at the right wing point. Fake the pass across. Now some room to skate in. Berg, a shot, a save made by LaShaw. Back to 5-on-5 as Bartley jumps out of the box. Now down below the goal line. Centering feed, broken up, intercepted. The Shamrocks get it to center, and they do just clear it out. And now White Rabbit trying to untangle himself as the puck is cleared back to center once again. Miller had it blocked by Gardner. Now Sproul weaving through the blue line. Sproul makes a nice move. Sproul in, a save denied by Callaway. And now contact in front of the net as Callaway is dumped into the goal. And some pushing and shoving. That Mickish, I believe, that ran into Callaway. Callaway dropped back in a heap. I don't know if he tried to sell it a little bit or not, but Callaway dropped like a sack of bricks. Neither side's going to pick up a penalty out of the sequence. 12:56 to go here in the third. Watertown, another penalty kill. They're 4 for 4 on the kill here tonight. And 1 for 3 on the power play. Winning the special teams battle against a pretty solid special teams team in St. Cloud. 3rd best power play, 15th best penalty kill. Norsemen clear this puck out to center ice. Visnapud jousting with Berg for that loose puck. Doobie comes in and scoops it up. Doobie to Mickish, and Mickish clears to center ice. Mickish trying to fight through a little bit of a screen there to that loose puck as LaBelle lobs this one. It bounces in onto LaShaw. He's going to have to make a save with Cumming standing right on top of the crease. And 12:33 to go. Mason LaBelle backhanded dump in from center ice results in an offensive zone draw here for the Norsemen. Coming to take the draw on the near side dot. Able to win this back cleanly. Charchenko, a shot that misses a couple feet wide. Moyer able to redirect it out to center ice. Got it past the defense. Now Rice pressuring. Creates a loose puck into the corner. Delivers a hit on Cumming behind the net. Now LaFear in the backhand. Fed one out in front. Moyer, a shot saved by Callaway. Rice on the rebound. Off the wall, indirectly out to the point. White Rabbit walks the line. Has his shot blocked. Able to hold it on the zone on the near side. In the circle, battled for. Cummings spins away from Moyer. Got it to the line. Carter holds, thrown towards the net. Tipped wide by Joe Rice. Rice, a much more prominent fixture now in the lineup after playing last weekend in a couple of games, seeing a little bit more consistent opportunities here in the Shamrock lineup. LaShaw plays it ahead to the aforementioned Rice. Rice wraps it around the wall. Fresh off the bench, fast to tie it up along the half wall, waiting for some reinforcements. The Norsemen clear to center. And now Watertown will have to backpedal here a bit defensively as Urich wraps it around behind the net. McMinn chops it along further, fast meets it along the half wall. He tries to shove it out to center ice. He does successfully, and then a puck dumped into the equipment of LaBelle while he was still on the wrong side of the blue line. We'll draw an icing whistle in front of the Shamrock bench, and 11:24 to go in the third. Chartier in the dot against Bronson Hunt, right at center ice. One back by Hunt. Norsemen have had a pretty good day in the faceoff dot. Shepard back to pick up this puck. He's tied up. Hunt with it on the near side. Cleared over to the far side. McMinn chops it up the wall, and a penalty is going to be picked up here. And we'll see who winds up getting the gate. Shepard, I think, took a high stick, and Watertown's going to get a power play. Berg is going to get called. Berg wanted a penalty back the other way, and it was tough to see, honestly, from my angle. He wanted a holding the stick on Shepard. And then Berg, I think, as he was trying to rip the stick away, high stick Shepard. And so, again, I couldn't see if the stick was being held or not. Joe Exter, my first time seeing him, the head coach for St. Cloud. I don't know if he is a angry type or maybe an argumentative type when he sees a call not go his way or not, but he didn't really have a whole lot to say out of the sequence. And now Markham is tripped down here on this chance, played it back with a hand pass, and this whistle will bring the puck out to center ice. That was pretty blatant there from Markham. He fell on top of the puck, and then did Markham kind of toppled down over the puck and then flung it out from underneath him. 11:02 to go here in the period. Still a minute 50 to go on the power play as St. Cloud wins this draw. They'll get to clear the full length of the ice. White Rabbit from behind his own net. That's the third straight high sticking penalty called against the Norsemen. There's a puck wrapped around the wall. Sproul, make that Ginger, hustles over to hold it high in the zone. Surprisingly, the Norsemen didn't pressure. Now White Rabbit straight away. Walks down the wall now on the near side of the backhand. Ginger to Sproul. Sproul straight away. A shot blocked again by Hudson Blue. White Rabbit pokes it behind the net. Ginger sets up below the goal line. Emerges on the far side. Trying to slip away from Miller. He was knocked down, as was Sproul. And chopping it all the way down is Sam Harris. And a full-length clear. White Rabbit's going to have to move here quickly as Sam Karch pressures him. White Rabbit slips by the pressure of Karch. Lots of open room here through neutral. White Rabbit trying to weave his way in. Had it knocked away at the last moment, and then Karch banks it off the wall and bangs it down the length of the ice. 45 seconds to go here on the Shamrock power play. As they change up power play units and switch to the second unit, Boren, Moyer, and Lafleur with Visnapu and Doobie. And it's Doobie dumping it in from center ice. Shamrock's trying to win the race to it. LaBelle's clearing attempt. Caught up in the gear of Lafleur. He walks in, looking for a lane. Dishes off. Visnapu, a shot safe. Rebound, and Moyer didn't get a lot on it, but it was blocked anyway. Now Doobie, left wing wall. Takes it behind the net. Puts on the brakes. Trying to slip away from Runso. Bounced it into the near side corner. Chance to clear. It's knocked out to center ice. Picked up at the red line by Visnapu. Ahead for Doobie in his skates. 10 seconds left here on the power play for Watertown as Doobie spins back into his own zone. Brant Doobie up the wall for Boren. Boren, a short pass from Moyer. Moyer lost the handle on it, and we're back to 5-on-5. And jumping out of the box, a shot on goal fought off by LaShaw as Westberg jumps out of the box, and it's 5-on-5 hockey with 9:02 to go here in the third. Timeout on the ice. We'll take one in the booth as well. Back in half a minute. You're tuned into Watertown Shamrocks hockey on Star 98.1.
And as we know the Norsemen work out to stay in shape, they also need to work out as a team. For that, they go to Omni Training Facility in Great Park. Omni provides not only team training, but group fitness classes, Olympic weightlifting, functional fitness training, and so much more. Visit them today or tomorrow at OmniTrainingFacility.com.
Back on Star 98.1. Exiting here this media timeout. 1-1 is our score. 9:02 to go in the third period of play. Both teams have seen their fair share of power plays. Both, as a matter of fact, with 4 power plays. Watertown 1 for 4, St. Cloud 0 for 4. Shots on goal here in this third period, 4-4. And I think that is pretty reflective of the way that this game has played out here in this third and potentially final period. It's been a lot more back and forth after an up and down kind of split second period where St. Cloud dominated the front half, Watertown the second half, and a really good first from Watertown. This third has been pretty even for both these two teams. Strong defensive play and a couple of good looks both ways. Here come the Norsemen through center ice on the right wing. It's Sam Crane. Thrown towards the goal and into the glove of LaShaw. He'll hold on for a whistle with 8:45 to go. St. Cloud, losers of 6 consecutive games. They have not scored much in this slump that they have been in. No more than 3 goals in a game over their losing streak. Again, just 1 here tonight for them. Watertown, as has kind of been the theme all season, not able to fill the back of the net all too often, apparently unless they're playing against one of the better defensive teams in the league in Bismarck, where Watertown's been one of the better scoring teams compared to the rest of the league against the league-leading Bobcats. And here tonight, just the 1 goal despite the 25 shots on goal. Out of the corner on the near side, the Shamrocks work in the offensive zone, but possession belongs here to St. Cloud. Played up the near side, a deflection well shy of the red line, but icing is waved off. McMinn will go back to pick it up. He has Shepard with him. Trying to spin away from Shepard. Those two nearly colliding with each other as Sandhu applied pressure to the breakup. Ginger to Fask, and he returns the favor to the captain. Chartier at the line. He'll chip it off the wall and in deep. Ginger out of the corner, wraps it over to the far side. Fask is there, as is Chartier. Fask trying to feed it to Chartier. It was taken away from him. Sandhu now at the red line, pokes it just into Watertown territory. Shamrocks regain control. 7:40 to go here in the period. Dangerous pass from Chartier. That was nearly broken up. Now he and Hudson Blue tangle over each other. Harris slides up the wall near side and plays it into Shamrock ice once more. Watertown's done a good job, though, not allowing St. Cloud here ever since that media timeout and the minute and 30 seconds that have elapsed since then to get established in the offensive zone. The Shamrocks really haven't done the same themselves. LaBelle backhands one in. Visnapu back to pick it up. Rolling puck behind the net. Out to center ice. Ginger couldn't deflect, but he was tied up, so icing is waved off. Miller back to pick it up. Rice chases him behind the net. Rolling puck as Miller backhands it to LaBelle at the red line. He'll bounce this behind the net of LaShawn. Visnapu back to pick it up again. 6:55 to go in the period. Here's another pass out to center ice. Moyer hit Rice, then he tried to go across for LaFear, but he was tied up. Shamrocks working on a bit of a change here as it's played up the near side by Miller. Icing waved off. Doobie back to pick it up once again. Lots of puck retrievals here for Doobie and Visnapu, this defensive pairing on this shift for Watertown. Here's a puck that bounces out in front of LaShaw. The puck loose, hammering away at it. It winds up in the corner. Awkward sequence where the puck just popped out in front. LaShaw the save, juicy rebound. And no one there for the Norsemen as LaShaw spanks it away with the stick. Norsemen here buzzing in the offensive zone. Shamrock some tired legs, a shot that goes wide. 6:15 to go here in the third. Rice chops it into the corner on the far side. Boren, really the only fresh skater out for Watertown right now, and it's kept in at the top of the blue line. Rice, another chance to clear. He gets it out to center ice. Shamrocks need to finish up their change. The Norsemen have a man pinned down in front of the net. That will allow St. Cloud to finish up their change, but will more importantly allow the Shamrocks to get them desperately need to change themselves. Now here's Sproul, top of the zone, pivoting along the wall. Good stick work. Sproul high in the zone. White Rabbit able to kick it in down into the corner. Markham behind the net has an assist here tonight. Does Cam Markham, continuing strong play for himself over the last month and a half. Ian Boren bang bodies along the half wall. Boren emerges with it up top. Carter, a shot deflected up and into the netting, out of play. And Holden Carter not too thrilled with himself. Ryan White Rabbit wanted the one-timer on the near side wall. Face-off will be in the right wing dot for Dane Calloway. Sproul to take the draw for Watertown, just a hair under 50%. He's an even guy in the dot all year long against Tyler Wishart. It's tied up. Markham comes in, but it's dug loose. Shamrocks lose this face-off. Gabe Gallivan plays it to LaBelle, and then LaBelle advances it all the way down. Icing waved off as Blue and White Rabbit collide with each other below the goal line. Now a chance here for Sproul. He works it up the wall, able to muscle it free to center ice. Shamrocks finishing up a change. Gardner, some good work in front of his own bench. Picked up now by White Rabbit. He carries through center, 4-on-3. Moyer, right wing circle with a lane to the net. Threw it on goal, and a save is made by Calloway. That will draw a whistle with 4:51 to go in the third. 1-1 is still our score. Both goals back in the second period. Mason LaBelle and Carter Sproul. LaBelle's 11th. Sproul's 8th. It's where we stand right now. 26-22 shots on goal advantage for Watertown. A 7-5 advantage for St. Cloud in this period. Will these two teams see overtime once again? Sassenberry to take the draw against Cumming. He's got Ginger positioned straight behind him, Gardner. And once again, Cumming just ties up the stick and lets someone else come in and do the rest of the work on the faceoff. He's been so good at that tonight. Bartley now tried to feed it to Gardner on the near side. He was tied up. Bartley back out of his own end again. Pass here for Gardner. Gardner stopped on a dime to collect it, but couldn't find a man. Looks like he wanted to just kind of leave it there for Mickish, and Mickish had skated by that loose puck. Now Shepard on his weak side, throws this off the glass. Awkward bounce off the stanchion. Winds up on the tape of Bartley. He finds some open ice, and Justin Bartley will carry into the offensive zone. Bartley into the corner on the near side. He wanted Gardner, but it was broken up. A good stick there by Crane. Thwarted the pass attempt. Threw it off target just enough. Shamrocks with possession as St. Cloud changes. Visnapu to the red line. Cross corner dump. He'll play it into the far side. Owen Fast in on it. He takes a hit in the corner from Charchenko. Puck's free. Miller springs LaBelle. LaBelle at the red line will chip it around Visnapu and then chase after it below the goal line. LaBelle chops it behind the net. Wishart out for a one-timer, and a save is made by LaShaw on a sharp angle one-timer from Urich. LaBelle, again, using his large frame, trying to attack around Visnapu. Coming in, taking a hit, and delivering that hit was Urich, and now Chartier sprung back the other way with Fast 2-on-2. Chartier puts on the brakes and throws a low shot in. Callaway makes the save, and Ginger knocks the rebound into the corner. Out to the line, kept in Holden Carter. Carter trying to slip by LaBelle, looking for a lane. Had it blocked, got it back, turns and throws it back towards the front of the net. Ginger doesn't have his stick. Maybe broken as he heads off to the bench. It's cleared to center ice again. Holden Carter back in on the right wing. Along the half wall, trying to jump around a hit from Charchenko. Lost the handle on it. Now the Shamrocks glove and drop a clearing attempt. It's Joe Rice at center ice. Now St. Cloud back the other way. It's a little bit of ugly play here at center ice, but Joe Rice carries into the zone. Rice trying to go to the weak side for White Rabbit. Nice stick there again from Sam Crane to break that up. Battled for in front of the St. Cloud bench, cleared to center ice, and we've got a penalty call here that's going to put the Norsemen back on the power play with 2:38 to go in the third period. Joe Rice is going to get a call as Crane dropped to the ice. And high sticking will be the call. So another high sticking infraction in this hockey game. And St. Cloud to the power play for the fifth time tonight. They're 0 for 4. The Shamrocks have done a pretty good job of the man advantage. But this St. Cloud power play has been lethal all season.
Let's make some noise!
Do have to wonder if Joe Exter will take his timeout during this power play. You could theoretically here get your number one unit out for the remainder of this power play with 2 minutes to go on the man advantage and 2:38 to go in the period. Wishart to take the draw. It's one over to the half wall. Shepard is tied up, waiting for some support. Wishart digs it loose behind the net, lays it out to the point. Miller down in front for a tip. LaShaw over to his right to make a save, and then Shepard was hooked on the play, and his clearing attempt couldn't get it out. Now a chance for Markham. He'll find the wall, and it will find the stick of Dane Callaway behind his own net. A full-length clear for Watertown. Half a minute into this man advantage. LaBelle on a stretch pass. Short pass connects with Berg. Berg now trying to tie it up along the boards, waiting for some reinforcements. Moyer again a chance, turning and hammering it down the length of the ice and getting another clear. Nice job from Cody Moyer. A minute 15 to go on the man advantage. Moyer and Sassenberry, the two forwards for Watertown. White Rabbit and Holden Carter, the two men on the back end. Another stretch pass to LaBelle. He carries into the zone. Good at the line. Now backhands it down low. Nobody there for St. Cloud. Carter clears it to the half wall. Sassenberry able to swat it out to center again. And just a minute to go on the man advantage. The high sticking call to Joe Rice. St. Cloud has not been able to get set up here in the offensive zone ever since they won the opening faceoff. They are changing here with 45 seconds now in the man advantage. And Kyle Miller will finally start out. Markham and Sproul, the two forwards, killing here for the Shamrocks. Dumped in again by Crane, trying to jump around Shepard. Doobie jumps in, ties it up in the corner. Crane digs it loose, out to the point. Miller a lane, he shoots and scores! LaShaw felt like he was maybe interfered with a little bit on the play. He went to the official right away. We'll see if the Shamrocks elect to challenge at all or not. But he looks very frustrated with himself. LaShaw is maybe just arguing that someone was in the crease. And we'll see if they do review or not. Right now, it doesn't look like it. Finally, a power play opportunity for St. Cloud that finds the back of the net, and it comes with just 1 minute and 8 seconds left in regulation. Kyle Miller through traffic, goals now in back-to-back weekends for him. Casey Curley is going to take his timeout coming out of this sequence. We'll keep it right here, though. See if I can pull up, try to get another look back at that sequence and see if on the replay at all you can see if there's any contact with LaShaw. He pretty much right away looked like he wanted to call for some contact. I think the main result of the play is the Shamrocks got caught with 2 guys below the goal line and they both got beat. LaShaw, certainly there was a little bit of contact. He was bumped. But it's hard to see exactly how much contact, and either way, the goal is going to stay up on the scoreboard. So with 1:08 to go, LaShaw will likely head to the bench the first time the Shamrocks can get set up here in the offensive zone. Watertown wins this faceoff. White Rabbit to Chartier. He deflects in, and LaShaw is off to the bench, and Watertown will attack 6-on-5. They've done it before here in this building against St. Cloud. The extra attacker is Cody Moyer. Chartier looking for some open space. Plays it to Moyer, fresh off the bench. Cody Moyer carries in a shot and a save made by Callaway with 46.8 seconds left. St. Cloud with a 2-1 lead. Power play goal. Face off in the near side dot. Chartier to take it. Chartier leans in. Markham trying to support, cleared out to the line. Sproul knocked it down. LaBelle falls to the ice, and the Shamrocks are going to pick up a penalty after LaBelle toe-picked it down to the ice. Sproul's going to get called for a penalty, but frankly, I don't see how 6'3", 200-pound Mason LaBelle drops to the ice as quickly as he did there. There was definitely a little bit of contact, but man, oh man. A desperation play from Sproul and got just enough of LaBelle to draw the eye of the official, and that will likely do it here for Watertown. Timeout taken by St. Cloud, and this is one of those power play opportunities with 37.4 seconds left, where if you're St. Cloud, you want to win this face-off and then just kill time. You're not really going to look to create any offense off of it. You're just going to strictly look to try and kill as much time as you can off the clock. You'll pass it around. You'll play very, very, very safe. If you're Watertown, you want to win this draw, get the puck out to center ice as quickly as possible. And then try, like heck, to get LaShaw off the ice. And at least trying to even it up at 5-on-5. The Shamrocks will do that right now with 3 forwards out on the ice here on the kill. See, that is still very much clearly the intention here for Watertown. Ginger, Chartier, and Markham, the 3 forwards. The only defenseman here on a penalty kill is Ryan White Rabbit. So very obvious that the Shamrocks here will try more than likely to win this face-off. We'll see if they elect to try to carry it out or not. Face-off won back by the Norsemen, but they play it back to their defense. LaShaw, still no motion to come to the bench yet. Shamrocks don't have possession anyway. Up the near side, LaBelle deflects it in. Urich to tie it up in the corner. 23 seconds to go here in the third. Shamrocks need possession if they want to have a chance here late. Chartier to the point, but not out. Miller holds in the zone. Tipped on goal. Loose in the crease. LaShaw gets over. Possession maintains here with St. Cloud. Miller again, a shot. LaShaw, glove save with 6.8 seconds to go here in the third. And that is very likely all she wrote here for Watertown tonight. Face-off poked over to the wall. Markham trying to shoot out to center ice. The Norsemen tie it up. The final few seconds tick off the clock. And St. Cloud picks up a 2-1 win here tonight. After a power play goal from Kyle Miller, late in regulation, snaps their 6-game losing streak here tonight. We'll take a very quick 2.5-minute break. When we come back, we have your post-game coverage from tonight's 2-1 St. Cloud victory over your Watertown Shamrocks. Back right after this. You're tuned into Watertown Shamrocks Hockey on Star 98.1.
Fans, stand by for the 3 stars of the game.
What's that? Wait.
Okay, I'm from
Apollo, 2016.
Receiving third star with 26 saves on 27 shots on goal, number 35, Dave.
Really good.
His second star was 1 goal. Number 22,
He was good.
Yeah.
Low to the ground.
and this evening, first star with the game-winning goal, number 4, Kyle
Yeah, lots of good talent.
And he also turned down 4 on the Academy. New York, he's topping one on the way from Colorado College.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. But it was him and Mark Hoppy, his brother.
Okay.
And Gary Hoppy was, way back before your time. What year were you born?
98.
Okay, wow, yeah. No, 80 was awesome.
And thank you for coming to tonight's game with your support of the St. Cloud Norsemen all season long. We look forward to seeing you all here at the Thunder Game.
Far
For the
different
first
time.
Norsemen home game of 2025, when the Bismarck Bobcats come to town to play a weekend series against New Norsemen 2 weeks from today. Meanwhile, keep up with how your Norsemen are doing during the season. Follow the Norsemen on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or visit stcloudnorsemen.com to keep up with all the news. For the St. Cloud Norsemen, my name is Cal Brown. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other.
That doesn't surprise me. I mean, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I know. You don't get them anymore, like ever at all. But
Yeah, right. Yeah, they'll put the money into it.
yeah, they don't. But
Tell me your name again.
Blake,
Blake what?
Tyson.
Tyson.
Yep.
Ken London. Right?
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too. And then the chiropractor, he's not chiropractor, he played at Apollo. Know him? His name. Crossroads chiropractor. Played at Apollo.
I wouldn't know.
Oh, I can't remember his name. Is my doctor. I can't remember, but he played at Apollo for 4 years.
Okay.
So you know, John, he played. I'm telling you, for one Johnson. Oh, good story. Yeah. Patrick.
Well, yeah, nice to meet you. Back inside the St. Cloud Mac post-game coverage here for you very quickly as we wrap things up and a 2-1 victory for the St. Cloud Norsemen. Mason LaBelle in the second period, his 11th of the season, got St. Cloud on the board. Sproul at the 17:25 mark of the second, a power play goal, his 8th, a new career high for him, assisted by Cam Markham. Tied this game up at 1 all the way until very late in the third period. At the 18:51 mark, Kyle Miller on a power play after Carter Sproul was called for tripping, after Joe Rice was called for slashing. Miller found the back of the net off a feed from Sam Karch, made it 2-1, and that score held all the way to the finish line. Shamrocks were never really able to get any chances with the goaltender pulled, especially after Carter Sproul made a desperation play, got called for a trip at the 19:23 mark, and the Shamrocks played a man down the rest of the way. Andrew Cumming, interestingly enough, did pick up a slashing call at the end of tonight's game. We'll have to see if that carries any impact into tomorrow. Final shots on goal, 27-25 in favor of St. Cloud. They wound up out shooting Watertown 6-4 or 6-2 over the last 10 minutes or so of the third period of play. Blaise LaShaw made 23 saves on 25 shots on goal. Dane Calloway 26-27. A nice night for him as St. Cloud snaps their 6-game losing streak. These two teams back at it again tomorrow night from the Prairie Lakes Ice Arena, 7 o'clock. Pre-game coverage beginning right around 6:45. I want to say thank you to everyone that tuned in tonight, especially those of you that joined in on YouTube or on Star 98.1 this evening. I know things weren't the most ideal of circumstances, but we made things work. We broadcasted a game tonight through a pair of iPhone headphones and streamed it live audio-wise on YouTube. So all things considered, we made it through what was a difficult night on my end of things, and unfortunately for the Shamrocks, a difficult night for them on the ice, falling by a final score of 2-1. Back at it again tomorrow, like I said, 7 o'clock pregame at 6:45 from the Prairie Lakes Ice Arena. Get your tickets online at WatertownShamrocks.com. Signing off from the St. Cloud Mac, Blake Tyson, along with Kevin Brown back in studios, saying thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you again next time. Final score from the St. Cloud Mac. The Watertown Shamrocks won, the St. Cloud Norsemen